thinks that I am a rock star.
Because it is effective, I say I'm on a second honeymoon.
It's literally life-changing.
Are 30-day sample packs available?
You can now access a 30-day sample pack at TryRexMD.com with generics at just $1 per tablet, if appropriate. Online approval at TryRexMD.com is simple, with medication delivered direct to your door. There's no copay, no doctor office visit, and your shipping is always free. Visit TryRexMD.com to get your sample pack. That's TryRexMD.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
I had my first kid at 19, and this is going to sound strange, but the best advice I can give to other young dads is stay. I wanted to run away. I wanted to just keep living my own life, but I chose to be her dad, and now I'm glad I did. I can't imagine my life without my daughter, and I can't imagine making her grow up without a dad.
Dads, today may feel hard, but it's always the right choice to be a father first.
Human trafficking affects millions every year, exploiting people for profit. On January 11th, join the fight by participating in Wear Blue Day. Wear Blue. Post a photo on social media and use hashtag Wear Blue Day to support victims and survivors. Together, we can raise awareness about human trafficking and make a difference in the lives of the people that it affects. Learn more at dhs.gov/blue campaign. That's dhs.gov/blue campaign. Help raise awareness about human trafficking. Wear Blue on January 11th.
You don't need a New Year's resolution to lose weight. You need a solution, and that's Red Mountain Weight Loss. Discover the power of semaglutide and tirzepatide, the breakthrough GLP-1 medications that are transforming lives. You'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without feeling hungry or deprived. That's huge because it makes it easier for you to lose weight, and that's what we do. At Red Mountain, we specialize in medical weight loss. It's not a hobby for us. We've helped over 1 million people lose weight, and we can help you too with quality GLP medications that cost less than half the price of Ozempic. Visit us in person, online, or skip the doctor visits altogether, and we'll ship the medication direct to your door. Act now for a limited time. Save $100 on any GLP-1 program and get our lowest prices of the year. Find your weight loss solution and lose up to 15 pounds by this time next month at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
You pay your premiums, but the first time you try to file a claim with your homeowner's insurance, they won't pay. Don't give up. That's what they want. Instead, call for a free policy review. Farah and Farah, here for you, here for good. Orlando.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
When you're injured on the job, you need more than just a workers' comp lawyer. When you need a fighter, you need us. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For the people. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never viral stories of the day. The news junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Seelane.
It is Friday, January 10th, 2025. Lots to get to today. From Trump's sentence to New York to the Slender Man attacker is set free, and an arsonist is arrested for setting fires in L.A. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, Seelane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. And this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
What happened, man?
Just checking. I'm double checking here to make sure. No, this is legit. It's legitimate, yeah.
Yep, I can hear it.
It's a last-minute message here.
You printed it out?
Yeah, I had to make sure it was correct. Let me just read it for everybody. Last-minute message from the mayor of Los Angeles.
Fresh out that Africa trip.
Quite the week here.
So
Let's see what
complete
she says. Here we go.
Have a great Friday, you mother.
We did it, everybody! That's right.
Oh, yeah.
We made it to a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday has arrived, so pat yourself on the back.
Let's go.
We made it through a whole actual week, like a whole week for 2025, and that feels like some minor accomplishment.
Yeah.
So
Technically, I was missing for one of those days, but it wasn't vacation. I was getting a giant needle in my back.
Ugh.
But guys,
Never
it
fun.
went a lot better than the first one. I'll
Well,
tell you
hold on.
that much.
How are you moving today? How are you moving?
It was the first time that I have woken up from my slumber the night before with no pain and no numbness.
Well,
So,
that's good.
So far, so good. And I only
That's
had
good.
a tiny little panic attack after the procedure was done.
Well, you look good. I'm glad
Thank you
you're
very
feeling
much.
better.
It's a little
And
hot
we're
in
gonna
here.
have some fun on a Friday. My studio just feels glorious. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
They
The rest
packing
of my
the
house,
heat.
we're not putting the heat on in this house as like some protest against the weather, which makes no sense. And I walk into but my house is like it's frozen. It's like an igloo in my house. The studio is like this nice warm blanket.
It's
that
all the
just,
equipment, right? It kind of just
Maybe.
warms you up.
It might be. I don't know what it is in here. There's something in here. It's nice and warm, and
I'll tell you,
real good.
They, for at least for me in my booth, they get the temperature right when it needs to be right.
Mm-hmm.
It has been toasty in here
It
all
is
week.
very toasty.
Too toasty or just the right toasty?
I mean, toasty enough that like I really shouldn't have brought my jacket inside ever.
Yeah, I'm wearing 2 layers right now because of the outside, and now I'm going to have to strip down during the commercial break.
Yeah, at least you have the option.
All right.
So.
Yeah, look at that. We're getting boobs, baby.
Friday, and we want to hear your dispatches, please.
Is that an
So
Oregon strip song?
send them over to us.
It's just it's just like some dirty music.
Oh,
I'm sorry, what?
dirty music.
Dirty.
Hang on, are we tapping into something here? Is this a...
It's like,
So,
hey.
hey, are you
Is
at
this a
church
song
or at the strip
maybe
club?
that's been used around your household?
No, man, I only have it in the booth.
No.
Oh, okay, all right.
But if I get a visitor,
All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to the White House, where President Biden was talking about the massive California wildfires, and he dropped a line that people jumped all over him for. Let's see what he said. Here we go.
Madam Vice President, I know you're directly affected, so you fire away.
Oh.
No pun intended.
All right. He says, fire away, and then he says, no pun intended.
Oh.
And then people jump on him afterwards. And, oh, absolutely
funny.
disgusting. How disgusting is this? And I go, I 100% could see myself doing that.
Absolutely.
I could totally be like,
I think you
"All right,
have
God."
done that.
I think I may have, yeah. Yes,
I mean, the line already came out. So if whether or not he said no pun intended, which let's go back to it, the phrase no pun intended should be used for that way.
if you don't say no pun intended,
they're still going to rip him apart.
Yeah.
Wait, which one is better? Is it better if he says no pun intended after fire away?
I think it's better if he had acknowledged it in a different way than no pun intended, because if this is going to sound weird because I'm going to have to repeat this word. The intent of no pun intended is to kind of excuse yourself from screwing that up.
Yeah,
But the execution and the use of no pun intended throughout the years has morphed into that's how I tell the joke. So I was like, hey, fire away. No pun intended.
Wink, wink. Yeah. All right, let's see how it went down, all right?
Madam Vice President, I know you're directly affected, so you fire away. No pun intended.
All right, as the president throws it to the vice president.
There you go.
Interrupted him.
Yeah, CNN save of the day. Whoa, get away from old man Biden, please. We don't want any more of this. I would say
it's like the lady after the year after the Boston Marathon bombing that said, it's that point two that really kills you. The end of the end of that marathon. That's the real killer.
I can't get mad at old man Biden for this because I know I would do it, and you're right. I have done that on this show. Like, I said something is a blast after an explosion, or just any number of things that I've stumbled upon myself. So I know how it can happen. When you say a lot of words, there's something that tends to happen with criticism of people who are speaking a lot. And it's people who say nothing, wait until the person who's speaking a lot says one tiny thing wrong, and they go, you
Look what
dummy.
you did.
And maybe Biden's a dummy, but I don't think that's why he's a dummy. So there you go. A fire still raging in California. We'll touch on that here and there.
It was like the size of San Francisco now?
What, the fire?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one thing that's hard to follow. One thing that's hard to follow, Sabrina, is there's like 4 or 5 different fires, right? There's more than one. Just there's the fire that kind of started this whole thing and ripped through Palisades and Malibu and some of these other places. And then there's all these other fires. But I think all together, there's a lot. And it's the thing that is crazy to me to hear is at some point yesterday, they go, we've had some success with containing the fire. And I go, oh, that's good. All right, good. Maybe we got some water in those fire hydrants finally. We've had some success containing the fire. The fire is now 1% contained.
I mean, at this point, do they just wait till it reaches the ocean?
They do in some parts. You know what? One thing that they said, which would have driven me crazy. They said there was when the fire was raging by the PCH, the Pacific Coast Highway. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Mm-hmm. When the fire was raging by there, they go, we're going to let the highway be a fire block or whatever they call it. Meaning that everything up to the highway, if it burns, it burns, but we're going to try to stop it at the highway. Okay. And like you just, if you're on one side, you're kind of screwed.
Isn't the other side of the highway the beach? Maybe I'm thinking of a different highway. Or a different piece of it.
I think in some areas it might be because, on account of the name and whatnot. But, that thing is still raging out there, and we'll, hit on it from here to there. But we had the sentencing come down in the hush money case against Trump in New York. This was one of these cases where, to me, it seemed like absolutely political that you would come after a figure like Trump for this kind of thing. And then in a very unique way, take these charges and string them together so that it would be a felony so that everybody could go, the president's a felon, right? It seemed like that was the intention of the whole thing to me, but some of you go nuts and you think that this is the worst thing in the world. We had the judge, which presided over the case, and then the jury found the president guilty on these charges, New York, and then the judge was saying that sentencing is going to be before the inauguration. So here we go. Now, a while ago, the judge had said there's not going to be any jail time, which would have been nutso if they were like, we're going to throw him in jail for a couple of days before the inauguration or something. That would be wild. There would have been some really good sparks around that if that were the case. But that wasn't the case. It would
have been hilarious, actually, if they did like a house arrest kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And like every time he had to come to the podium, all the cameras zoomed in on his little ankle bracelet.
Vibrating like crazy.
So the judge had already said there wasn't going to be any like prison time or anything, but the sentencing was on the way. Trump tried to get it blocked by the Supreme Court. They declined to do that 5-4. And now the judge comes out with the sentencing. And the judge says it's an unconditional discharge, which to me just seems like... why did we do all of this? Why? You did a whole ass case. You put together something that could have sentenced him to like 4 years in prison if Trump would have got the max here. And then the judge, Merchant, says unconditional discharge, meaning it just flicks it out of the way and it's gone. The Associated Press says unconditional discharge means it's a sentence that sidesteps thorny constitutional issues by effectively ending the case, and it assures that Trump will become the first person convicted of a felony to assume the presidency. Trump said the criminal trial and conviction has been a very terrible experience. Would not recommend, I guess, from him. And this whole case was about Trump fudging his business records to hide $130,000 payoff to porn actor Stormy Daniels. She was paid late in Trump's 2016 campaign not to tell the public about a sexual encounter she maintains the two had a decade earlier. So punishment-free sentence from the judge. This all rolls out. Trump says, look, the whole thing was for nothing, and tries to dunk on everybody who came after him. And here we are again. And now we're just 10 days away from Inauguration Day. So who knows what's going to happen next week? It's going to be an interesting one as we do the run up to that. Real quick before we kick into things full force on a very busy Friday on the show, anonymous emails, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. My wages, this person says, are being garnished for a medical bill because they were talking about the new medical laws, the medical bill laws that was in an executive order from Biden that said the credit reporting agencies should not look at medical debt and they should ignore that. And she says, my wages are being garnished for my medical bill for my C-section from when I had my now 5-year-old son. I think it was the anesthesiologist. I have no idea how much time is left on it. It's been taken from my check for a few years. They're taking a good chunk. Can you find out or ask Mo if the new laws will end the garnishment? That would be so great. Thank you for all you do, Anonymous.
I've never heard that. I've heard of medical bills going to collections agencies, and they'll harass you a bunch, but to take it from your wages is interesting.
Garnishment. Yeah. Garnishment from your wages would infuriate me. That would be a rough one.
Who is it that's allowed to rule or instate a garnishing of wages?
Well, the state for sure, because the state can do it for child support. Yes. I know that.
All too well.
And I did have that happen. I was going to say I never had that happen because at first we just arranged payments on our own, but then I realized we should probably do this through the court system for Dylan. But yeah, there you go. I don't know what they can do this for. I hadn't heard much about that being done for medical debt, but interesting. Maybe we'll throw that by Moses. And Frankenboner emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. It says, hey, Sean, I just watched Super/Man, the story of Christopher Reeve. I kind of knew about his life, but I did not know the details. I really liked this. The details were both happy and sad. I was brought to tears several times. It's on Netflix. Don't know if you would like it or not, but I was a big Superman fan growing up. I'm 54, so that might explain. Check it out. Frankenboner out, he says. That one looks so sad to me. I don't know if I can do it.
It's that one and the Robin Williams one that came out a year or two ago that I'm like, I get it, and I love him very much, but you have to prepare yourself for a cry fest.
Especially on the Robin Williams one, for me, because he was what a funny guy, what an amazing guy. And not to take anything away from Christopher Reeve, but both those stories, little too sad for me, I think. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll watch those this weekend. All right, when we come back, we'll hear from you. You are going to be featured on the show on this lovely Friday. We'll talk about the last-minute attempts to thwart this TikTok ban. Is it going to be that the TikTok app on your phone is RIP at some time in the next couple of weeks? Perhaps we'll discuss what's going down, and we'll talk about this arsonist that was arrested by citizens in Los Angeles. Who is this person? What happened? Wait till you hear the details. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Enjoy your dominance over artificial intelligence while you can.
Did the coffee machine always have a laser cannon?
Tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Traffic slowing down on State Road 429 southbound between John Land Apopka Expressway and approaching Ocoee Apopka Road. There's delays on the Beach Line westbound between Dallas Boulevard and approaching Greenway Main Toll Plaza. You could expect your regular delays on I-4 in that Champions Gate area. Slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Right now, Wawa Rewards members can get a bonus offer for $1 any size hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy 16-ounce. Not a rewards member? Now's the time to join.
That mortgage guy, Don, he's part of the Real Radio family, and that means he's taking care of your family. He's a stand-up guy who's looking out for you, and when you're making big life decisions, well, you got to work with someone that has your best interest in mind. And it's That Mortgage Guy, Don. You get peace of mind if you go to thatmortgageguydon.com. As a matter of fact, peace of mind right there at your fingertips. So get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Looking for the best donuts and breakfast treats in town? Then you got to go check out Shipley's Donuts. With more than 60 varieties to choose from, Shipley's Donuts serves freshly made delights daily. Visit them today at 2225 South Cimarron Boulevard.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call us now. $30 billion was set aside for meso victims. And in most cases, your claim is settled out of court without a jury trial. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors.
Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only. Football's heating up. The NBA is back. And on Hard Rock Bet, you can bet every sport. Even combine all your sports into one bet. One Florida bettor put $50 on a combo parlay and won more than $100,000. And they tacked on another $10,000 to that win with a daily profit boost. Promos every day for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Win your first bet or get up to $100 back in bonus bets. Payable in bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Here's how TaxRise saved Yvonne over 99% on what she owed the IRS.
I got a letter from the IRS saying that I owe $69,000, and I had no idea what to do. That's when I contacted you guys.
Our tax professionals at TaxRise jumped into action. They helped Yvonne file her back taxes and get into compliance, but they didn't stop there. They negotiated directly with the IRS to fight for her case.
Effective immediately, the IRS has accepted. All they want in return is $100.
Thank you guys so much. I can't even explain how grateful I am.
We're so happy we got Yvonne the relief she deserved. We've helped thousands of clients find solutions to their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. To find out if you qualify for a tax relief program, call TaxRise today, 888-507-0053. For a free consultation, call 888-507-0053, 888-507-0053.
Results vary, not guaranteed, uncompensated testimonial. TaxRise is not IRS affiliated or a law firm.
What's up, everybody? Adnan Burke here to tell you about a new podcast. It's NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers.
Jason Demers here, and after playing 700 NHL games, I got a lot of dirty laundry to air out.
Each week we'll get together to chat about the sport that we love.
love. But we're not just going to be talking hockey, folks. We're talking movies. We're talking TV, food, and Adnan's favorite, wrestling. It's all on Le Table.
Listen to NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers and start listening.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
And you can join us on the show today. This is a show where your opinion, well, maybe it's not respected. I don't know. I don't know what the opinion is yet, but at least is allowed. So maybe you disagree, maybe you agree, whatever. You can join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Let us know what you think right now. All right, I want to get into a couple of things here. One is, who is this person that they've arrested out in Los Angeles, the arsonist? And I mean, I'm enthralled by this story because the idea that in the middle of all of this, you would make your way out into the world in Los Angeles and light something on fire in front of people.
Yeah.
Crazy to me. Like, I'm kind of amazed that the person didn't get shot. I'm amazed they didn't get killed in the midst of all of this.
And to be honest, there has to be more than one person because you're saying one person has been arrested. I remember seeing a video yesterday of a guy in his car, and he's like, I just watched these, and it was 3 to 4 people light up this building.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
So, but what would be the point?
Well,
because it's eventually going to light on fire, or because, hey, we're here to create chaos, add to it?
Could be a mix of the two there, because in one case, who knows, maybe you have some people, Sabrina, who go, I know everybody else is really worried about insurance, but I'd really like my restaurant to burn down. And then they maybe help things out a little bit. Or maybe it's just crazy people, just people who are nutso. Yeah. I mean, like, if you are sitting there and your family and your friends are being devastated by this fire and you know, it's burning down their houses and stuff, and you see somebody lighting it, I wouldn't be surprised if you just killed somebody who is out there doing this, because people are very mad, obviously. Excuse me. And this is something that I think we might see more of in the next couple of days. But this guy right here, who is he? Who is this guy is the big question right now, because this guy was arrested by some citizens, and I'll show you the video of him being arrested in just a second here. But he was allegedly one of the people lighting fires in Los Angeles. And everybody who saw him in this neighborhood said, no way, ain't happening. Yeah. And they went after him and they arrested this guy. And they even caught it on video. But there's only a couple of good shots of this guy's face. You can see this one here, which is a little bit better. They said he's a homeless man. And the people who were nearby said, we were sitting in a backyard, and suddenly we hear a car come to a screeching halt, and a guy is running out saying, stop, drop what you're holding. Neighbors, he's trying to start a fire, call 911.
How does a homeless man get a blowtorch?
I don't know. In L.A., maybe they can. Somehow, some way, they're able to pull that off. And the neighbors surround this guy, and they say, this ain't happening in our area. And here they are. This is one of the neighbors confronting him, yelling at him. You see the blowtorch in his hand? Or it might be, Celine, you say, how did he get a blowtorch? It does appear like it might be a can of something.
Oh, like when you're a kid trying to light stuff on fire.
Light hairspray.
Or that.
Yeah, he's got a can in his hand here, and then he has like maybe a grill lighter or something in the other hand. And they start screaming at him, and this one guy, confronts him, and the neighbors end up arresting this guy. Because of course they do. Like, you're lighting fires in the middle of this terrible instance in Los Angeles. They all go after him, and they end up arresting this guy, citizen's arrest style, which is a dream of mine to be able to pull one of those off.
Really?
What would you do it with, though? You have
I don't
handcuffs
know.
ready to go?
I feel like I'd probably screw it up if I was
Stop
the
resisting.
citizen.
Like,
Yeah.
sir, that's the first thing you said to me.
And they said when they went up to this homeless guy to arrest or to like citizens arrest him, they said they were like grabbing him and trying to get his hands and hold him down. And he goes, "I can't stop it. I can't stop myself." And that was his excuse as he was lighting all this stuff on. Yeah, really. And they did. And it was the Kenneth fire. So it's one of many fires in LA that this was all responsible for. This guy started this Kenneth fire. Here is the LAPD, I believe, talking about this arrest.
What we know right now is that the incident started here, and about 30 minutes later, a suspect was detained over in Woodland Hills area by citizens.
So someone purposely set the Kenneth fire?
At this time, that's what we believe, yes.
Damn.
Do you know how or why they did that?
That I don't know.
Is this a crime scene right now?
Yes.
So everything's closed off?
It's being investigated.
All right, so they've arrested this guy. They got him in custody. Who is he? Nobody seems to know just yet. I'm sure that's something that they'll find out very shortly because obviously they're going to question this guy. But how much of these fires are raging because of an actual human being lighting them becomes a new question that I think a lot of people are going to want answered here.
I can imagine that there must be some of them at some point because either they have this in them to start fires. You know, we see this guy's record and it's not his first rodeo with arson, or you are surrounded by flames and it's like, okay, this might be the best window for me.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
strange question though. You know how you have your machine gun places, your the room where you can destroy things like TVs,
rage room, yeah.
Or you can use like construction equipment. Do we have a fire for hire?
I don't know. Is there like a pyro spot?
Well, we have to rename it.
Yeah, not the fireworks stand. But is there a place where people who have that proclivity as something that's like, you know, their obsession? I don't know. Maybe there should be, though. Like, in all reality, there should be places where nut jobs like this can do their thing without causing real damage.
To the future millionaire that I just gave the idea to. Just remember us little guys.
Little piece, just a tiny percentage of this.
Just, set aside like an acre or two where you build a zone on some farmland where you just kind of make some facades, some not real structural buildings, just like the kind that you would use for like a Western. And then you just let those people throw Molotov cocktails or do whatever they like to do.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And then you put it out and you build the facade again.
I'm not even a pyromaniac, and I'm in on this. Like, I would be interested in trying that.
It's the rage room with a step up
of 2025. And the Kenneth fire that this guy allegedly set was about 50 acres in size before they got a hold of it. There's a time-lapse thing from UC San Diego that shows, like, this was a big fire for a little while that was raging because of this unnamed homeless man.
Is this so shaky because of the wind?
It might be. Yeah, the wind is still pretty bad. It's not as bad as it was, but the wind is still pretty bad. So, and it's time lapse, so it's probably, just little differences in the footage over time. All right, we want to hear from you today. Let us know what's on your mind, and you can send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com to do that. Excuse my throat. My allergies are murdering me today, and I'm trying to battle that as best as I can right now. But right now, we'll go to this. Here's Insecure Walrus with the dispatch.
I know that citizens' arrests are an actual real thing, but being born in the early 80s and basically having the Andy Griffith Show on for hours a day in the house I grew up in, just because I grew up in the South and it was on like 4 different channels at any given time you wanted to see it.
Yeah.
I cannot hear the word citizens arrest without picturing Gomer Pyle yelling, "Citizens arrest! Citizens arrest!" as he runs down the street towards Barney Fife, trying to
I don't know that one.
give him a ticket in reciprocating for the ticket that Barney Fife just gave him. It's just burned into my brain. It's one of those things that will be there until the day I die.
I wasn't alive. I do know some of those shows, though, because Nick at Night did introduce me to some of those super old school shows. Not that one, though. Just wasn't on my radar. Mr. Ed, you want to talk a little Mr. Ed? I can get with that. Beverly Hillbillies, I'm in on that one.
Got none of that.
No, you didn't watch. You didn't watch any Nick at Night. The old
I did
shows.
watch Nick at Night, but I'm trying to think of what it would have been. I Love Lucy, maybe.
Maybe, yeah, they had that on back then. Or now, if you watch, is Nick at Night still a thing? Is it?
Tell you.
Because if it's still a thing, it's probably something that will make us feel so old.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like Home Improvement or something.
I more identify with the Beverly Hillbillies movies than the actual show. I know that I've watched the show, but I think for me, black and white was not going to cut it. Like anything that was in black and white, I was like, this is just kind of boring.
Where's the color, Mom?
Oh, God. I'm looking at nickatnight.com. Oh, God. It's Friends. No. Yeah, it's all of the shows that you know from growing up now.
What are the other ones?
Okay, Mike and Molly isn't that old, is it? That's Melissa McCarthy and the gentleman in the middle, who I believe is local.
It's a lot of Friends that they're relying on. Big Bang Theory. Modern Family. Oh, God.
Here's the thing, though. I think that if you're Nick at Night and you have stuck to this format of showing old shows for a long time, and all of a sudden your ratings are not there, and you go, all right, well, let's spend some money and get Friends. Yeah. And then we get Friends, and we know it's not that old of a show, but we need to adapt somehow because nobody wants to watch Beverly Hillbillies anymore or MASH.
You know what, though? Friends must have been expensive because on the shows page of Nick at Night's website, this is what they have. All shows, Friends.
Don't they still make millions in royalties every year?
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. I mean, that show still to this day can draw in an audience. So.
Is there a 12-year-old running this website? Look how basic it is.
I don't know. Yeah, there's not a lot to it. But
so who goes to this website? You're welcome for
us.
They're going to have like a meeting at the office. Like, guys, I don't know what's going on, but we have 5 new unique viewers on the website today.
They've been sitting looking at a counter of the active folks on the website, and we just changed that.
My website had a counter. Oh, so did Chasing Edmund. You guys had a little counter on your website.
Counter didn't move much for my band's website, unfortunately, but one would have thought my songs would have brought more in than they did.
Pick it up.
Maybe next time.
Here's the poems for me.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, you join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, the celebrities are mad, and TikTok, the ban, is it actually going to go through? Or will the Supreme Court intervene and save your TikTok? We're going to find out very soon. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Good Friday morning, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and we're off to another chilly start to our day. We do have a frost advisory in place for all of Orange County. That's going to be until 8 a.m. Otherwise, we'll see a pretty decent warm-up throughout the course of this afternoon. Highs much closer to normal with a high of 70 degrees today with plenty of sunshine. Clouds will, though, be on the increase, especially by late this afternoon and evening. That will be ahead of some showers that push through overnight and into early parts of our Saturday morning, bringing temperatures back down into the 60s for highs. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. If your supply chain demands a flexible workforce, hire with Express Employment Professionals. With contract and full-time workers from Express Employment, you get the staff you need and manage contingent labor costs. Learn more at ExpressPros.com. That's ExpressPros.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
If you're drowning in unresolved tax debt, know this. The IRS can place a lien on your home, garnish your paycheck, and levy your bank account. That's catastrophe for you.
We interrupt this message to bring you some good news about your tax debt. We're TaxRise, experienced tax professionals who can help you seek relief programs and work directly with the IRS on your behalf. Find out if you qualify with a free consultation. 888-775-9088. Eric from South Carolina owed over $74,000. We helped reduce it to $798. Troy, a disabled veteran, owed over $142,000 and settled at $500. We've helped thousands of clients with their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. So take the drama out of your tax debt and rise above your situation. With TaxRise. For your free consultation, call 888-775-9088. 888-775-9088.
Results vary, not guaranteed. Client names changed. TaxRise is not IRS affiliated or a law firm.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors.
Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
My best dad tip, okay, one time our power went out and we couldn't watch TV or play video games or whatever, but we still had the best time pulling out flashlights and building a fort in their room, telling stories. So last week, I just turned off the main breaker and yelled, "Power's out!" I mean, why wait for a storm? Just make the fun part happen yourself. I mean, you can do it tonight.
Dads, try this idea or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
Celebrate creativity in the classroom with Crayola Creativity Week, starting January 27th. Join celebrities like Matthew McConaughey for hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways. Register for free today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158. Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This is
Learn more about the show. It's super easy for you to do. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. And if you missed any of the show, you can get the podcast right there on the website on iHeartRadio. Thanks for being with us. Your emails and dispatches are coming in real time. And one thing I wanted to talk about was, I think if you looked at the list of things that sort of red-pilled people against politicians and made them dislike politicians, the response to this fire in L.A. would be like number one on the list. I don't think anybody's happy. I don't think anybody is happy with the political response to these fires. And it doesn't even seem like a hard job, honestly. When something bad happens, like a hurricane or a fire, get out there, be in front of the cameras, make the person sitting at home feel like you're doing everything possible to represent them.
Natural disasters, I feel like, should automatically be bipartisan.
It should be, yeah, immediately.
And instead, here we are, the beginning of a new year, and it took, 48 hours before one group was saying it was because of DEI hires, and another group saying, well, no, this is actually the conspiracy of something else, and it's this person's fault, and instead of addressing what it is right now and helping as much as possible as quickly as possible.
But I think people just got mad because they didn't feel like anybody was helping them. Like, they're watching this and they go, where is our mayor? Where is our governor? And even though, you know what the truth of the matter is, your mayor and your governor aren't going to stop the fire. They're not going to be out there throwing a bucket of water on the fire. But they can be a figurehead, and they can go out there and make you feel like, oh, this is good. Something is being done, and whatever control these people can exert over the situation, they're trying to help us. And I've seen a lot of stuff out there where people just aren't happy. This woman went after Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, because she was so pissed off.
Governor, you got a second? Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
So he says he's on the phone with the president right now. I don't know if he is or not.
I got him on hold. I go, hold on, Joe, 1 second, please.
Let me talk to him.
She did. She did. Yeah, she goes, all right, you're on the phone with the president? Let me talk to him. Let me see what he says, because we got to get something done. And this lady is not happy with the response, and she's not alone.
Question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around to make the
Why is the president not taking your call?
Loser. He said, didn't he make it sound like he was actively on the phone with the president?
He said literally.
Yeah,
think,
I'm
right?
literally on the phone. Let me go back because it sounded like he said, I'm literally on the phone with the president right now.
He's being pretty level-headed about this.
Yeah, he's being chill
And
in his
I
response.
don't know if that's the way he always speaks or if it's the massive amount of smoke in the air that he's been inhaling, but he's got kind of a raspy thing. I'm literally talking to the president right now.
For a while.
She ran up to him, and the bodyguard guy freaks out for a second. She goes, I'm not going to attack him. I'm okay. I'm not going to attack
Literally
him.
talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
He said, I'm literally talking to the president right now.
About you.
Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around to make the
Why is the president not taking your call?
because it's not going through. So
Why?
I have to get cell service.
So let's get it. Let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
Let's get it.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now.
It is a lot.
And it's to immediately get reimbursements, individual assistance, and to help.
He's getting quieter and quieter as this conversation goes on.
Now, this whole thing, though, because those of you not watching, it almost seems like she's walking up to him selfie style, holding her phone, but she has a news crew with her.
There's a camera with her and there's a microphone with her. So I don't know what she's part of, but she had an agenda here. She said, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to call this guy out and I'm going to say, hey, what are you doing about this? And I'm going to make it personal. That's what she was at least attempting to do here. They're calling her Karen over on chat. Well, look, what if she's just a pissed off person? What if she just watched the fires and all this stuff and she goes, I'm not going to sit here and say nothing about this. Let's see what else she says.
Devastated for you. I'm so sorry, especially for your daughter. I have 4 kids.
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one building another. Governor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
It's all literally.
Is it going to be different?
Literally. It has to be. Has to be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
To fill
everything
the
I can.
hydrants. I would fill them up personally. You know that.
You know that? Do you know this person?
Myself. But would you do that?
I would do whatever I can.
But you're not. I see the. Do you know there's water dripping over there, Governor? There's water coming out there. You can use it.
You don't like this lady?
I don't know. It's just, it's going on too long. We get it.
She wants answers. I think it's fair to ask for answers out of your politicians.
No, answers I understand. And the questions are not going to places in which, are you just trying to make up time because you have the camera crew and the microphone with you? You want the governor of California to go personally fill up the water?
That's what she said. She said, I would do it myself.
I would do that. You know that.
She said, I would do it myself, but would you do it? Would you do it? And
I was chuckling a little bit during that clip because I looked at the chat and All Day Yucker said, sorry, I'm on hold with the French Laundry. President. I mean, President.
Well, it's not the only thing. We had this video of the mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, another Karen, and she was kind of stuck. She was stuck in this area after flying back to the U.S., and this dude was just peppering her with questions, and she just sat there. She just said nothing, and I don't know if that's helping either one of these people.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor?
Anything?
Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position?
This is just so weird.
Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster?
At some point, I feel like even if you think this is a gotcha, because these are kind of gotcha moments, right? I think we can agree that they're trying to confront the people. But even if you feel like it's a gotcha, as a politician, I would lean into the camera and go, hey, I know this must be frustrating to watch. We're all seeing our city burn, and we have to do everything we can. And I pledge to you moving forward, I'm going to do absolutely anything I can to make sure that we can rebuild and put out these fires. It's like, just lean into it.
To
just
say
turn
nothing
in.
is very strange, especially because this is a press conference setup. I mean, you're just standing there. You're not even trying to get out of it. It's just complete silence.
She was waiting for somebody to open that door she was standing next to.
She was.
And unfortunately, wasn't the greatest position. I don't even know what level of getting off the plane that she took to get back into L.A., which stage of that trip she was at, and why that guy was able to get there if she was waiting to get somewhere. All we see is that one little clip of him just rattling off questions and her just sitting there very stoic and silent.
Boy, did he have something ready to go, though.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone thinks you're POS. Thoughts on that?
What's it like being a loser? Okay. At some point, you got to say something. At some point, you got to be the leader people want you to be. And even if they're trolling you and coming at you and not being, maybe they're being disingenuous, you still need to be the person in the spotlight that looks like they're doing the job. And I think all these politicians seem to be horrible at that right now. What do you think? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. We'll get into some of those, but not great performances on a political front.
Have you seen the tweets that people are digging up on from various people that either are affected by the fires and the way they're reacting? Like this I think they said he was a businessman. I thought he was something. Keith Wasserman over in L.A.
What did he say?
He tweeted out, does anyone have access to private firefighters to protect our home in Pacific Palisades? Need to act fast here. All neighbors' houses burning. We'll pay any amount. Thank you.
Yeah,
He's offering a bounty for private firefighters. This was January 7th at 9:36 p.m. And then they dug through his Twitter account, and like back in 2021 or something, he said, real estate ballers don't pay taxes.
Golly.
Yeah, I saw him post that, and he
deleted his Twitter account.
Did he really? Because he was getting torched, no pun intended, for disgusting. I'm sorry. Jesus. He was getting ridiculed for the statements that he was making.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have, but I don't know. Sabrina, yesterday when I just tossed out the question and I said, do you care? Do you care that these fires are going on and that a lot of celebrities are losing their homes? And a shocking amount of people were really callous about it. There was a lot of people who just said, no, I don't care, couldn't care less. A lot of people thought when we have hurricanes, they don't care about us. So I'm not extending the care over to them, which wasn't something that I'd experienced necessarily. Maybe people ridicule us when we get hit by hurricanes, but I didn't recall that being the case.
I don't know if I have a certain way I feel about it. I mean, it's I think anything devastating like that, it sucks for anyone who has to experience it. There's a lot of people who are not super loaded and have multiple houses. I think it was other tweets or things that come out that kind of give a bad taste in my mouth. Like, I think it was like Bethany Frankel had tweeted out something along the lines of, well, now, our help just doesn't have any place to go. Because there was a lot of these celebrities who they weren't anywhere near their third or fourth home, but it was the people who work for them that had to flee.
That's what you mean by help, like their staff, the people who work for them, right.
And then like I saw a video, Whitney Cummings was having to evacuate, and she's like crying, and she's like, I'm leaving the podcast studio.
I saw that,
and this is where I got to connect with all of you guys, and it's just really sad and blah. But this is what we have to do, and at least have my son's birth certificate. I just don't get that part.
I think one thing is fair, right? This to me is fair. If you are to say, I care less about a celebrity losing like their second house on the Hollywood Hills than I do for somebody who is struggling to get by and they put all of their investments in their house and their house burns down and they're not going to recover from this. But it's fair, I think, to care different levels about people losing the same thing. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's fair to care.
Because it's not the same thing to the different levels.
The pain felt is not the same, right? Yeah. The pain felt is different. And if somebody has their family living in this house and they are working 2 jobs and they're doing everything they can to stay above water and they're struggling with insurance and stuff and their house burns down, I care more about that person than I do about Mel Gibson's house burning down. Mel Gibson's going to be okay. He's going to be fine.
You know who I felt a little bad for was Harrison Ford, who looked very distraught when he had to evacuate, and Dick Van Dyke. They have footage of him like trying to get him out, and I'm like, it's the very old celebrities. This was probably, despite all the homes they have, the one they hang out with at the most.
Dick Van Dyke doesn't need this right now. He's an old man.
Air
He can't
quality,
take
good
this.
God.
Yeah, that's not good for him. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, you are on the show. We got some emails coming in that we got to get to. I got to get to this TikTok thing. Is TikTok actually going to be banned before the end of the month? That is a legitimate question. What is it looking like is going to happen? We will discuss that. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Our Grand in Your Hand contest starts this Monday and is brought to you by Mills Air.
Traffic slowing down on State Road 429 southbound between John Land Apopka Expressway and approaching Ocoee Apopka Road. There's delays on the Beach Line westbound between Dallas Boulevard and approaching Greenway Main Toll Plaza. You could expect your regular delays on I-4 in that Champions Gate area. Slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Lose your key? Don't get stuck without a spare. At Batteries Plus, you can get a key fob for up to 50% less than what a dealership would charge. Keys cut, key fobs programmed, and batteries replaced on the spot. Avoid a car key catastrophe. Get a spare key today at Batteries Plus.
Navy Federal Credit Union can help you dominate debt with a 0% intro APR on credit card balance transfers for 12 months. And right now, you could get $250 when you spend $2,500 using a Cash Rewards or Cash Rewards Plus card. Visit NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. After the intro rate expires, variable APRs are 15.15% to 18% based on credit worthiness. Rates are subject to change. ATM fees for cash advances are up to $1 at non-Navy Federal ATMs.
Human trafficking affects millions every year, exploiting people for profit. On January 11th, join the fight by participating in Wear Blue Day. Wear Blue. Post a photo on social media and use hashtag Wear Blue Day to support victims and survivors. Together, we can raise awareness about human trafficking and make a difference in the lives of the people that it affects. Learn more at dhs.gov/blue campaign. That's dhs.gov/blue campaign. Help raise awareness about human trafficking. Wear Blue on January 11th.
Only Zero Res cleans with their own patented ZR water, which eliminates the need for like harsh soaps, shampoos, or detergents. This effective cleaning process is safe for your kids and your pets, and it leaves zero soapy, sticky, dirt-attracting residue behind. So your carpets dry faster, stay cleaner longer. Visit OrlandoZeroRes.com.
Here's how Tax Rise saved Yvonne over 99% on what she owed the IRS.
I got a letter from the IRS saying that I owe $69,000, and I had no idea what to do. That's when I contacted you guys.
Our tax professionals at Tax Rise jumped into action. They helped Yvonne file her back taxes and get into compliance, but they didn't stop there. They negotiated directly with the IRS to fight for her case.
Effective immediately, the IRS has accepted. All they want in return is $100.
Thank you guys so much. I can't even explain how grateful I am.
We're so happy we got Yvonne the relief she deserved. We've helped thousands of clients find solutions to their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. To find out if you qualify for a tax relief program, call Tax Rise today, 888-507-0053. For a free consultation, call 888-507-0053, 888-507-0053.
Results vary, not guaranteed, uncompensated testimonial. Tax Rise is not IRS affiliated or a law firm.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself And my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. VapoStick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Wawa Rewards members can enjoy $1 hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Stream now on your free iHeartRadio app. On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
You can still enjoy yourself, and that's why we want to hang out with you today. And always, you can catch up with the show if you go to thenewsjunkie.com, look for the podcast link on iHeartRadio. If they banned TikTok, let's say it happened, it's supposed to be decided on January 19th, excuse me. And let's say they come back and they say, we are going to allow the ban of TikTok. Does anything change? Does anything actually change out there? Because for me, it would not change much.
Oh, you're saying life-wise. I mean, things change. People will no longer be able to use TikTok, I would feel.
Yes, and creators on TikTok, of which there are many, those people obviously would be impacted by this.
Do you make decent money creating on TikTok?
No. Okay. No.
Nah.
So you're not taking somebody's livelihood here?
Well, I mean, for the bigger TikTok.
Yeah, so look, can you, those are different questions. Can you make a lot of money on YouTube? Yes. Very, very few people do make a lot of money, but you can, especially if you make deals and product deals and stuff like that. The other one is, if you have a video, let's say, and it gets 1 million views on TikTok, how much do you make if you're in the creator fund or whatever they call it now? The answer is maybe $9 to $10, $12 or something. It's not a lot of money. It's a really, really tiny amount of money that they pay you, unless you're one of the biggest creators out there who really is churning out views. But for those people, obviously they'll have some changes that happen in the next couple of weeks here. For me, it wouldn't change much. I barely ever look at TikTok. I looked at it yesterday for a little while. And I was going through YouTube Shorts for a little while yesterday, too. But mostly, I don't really check that stuff out. Courtney does, but she's on Instagram. And so I feel like everybody has those short videos now. So if TikTok sunsets, everybody just migrates over to another place and does the exact same thing, which we've kind of seen this before. Sabrina will remember when they almost out of nowhere banned, what was the app that you were using at the time? Vine.
Well, they didn't ban it.
They banned it. They somebody bought it, right?
It was just shut down completely. Mm-hmm. And then I think down the road somebody bought it, but never brought it back. Just used all of the
Twitter
data.
Yeah, Twitter owned it, and they were going to launch it at some point in time again, but they didn't.
But that was, I love that app very much, and you could see. Who came out of it. I mean, the Logan brothers, that was their big start until they moved on to YouTube and then really blew up from there. And I would say the same for TikTok. Like, a lot of people if they're not getting their main source of income from TikTok, they were able to start their careers as an influencer because of TikTok.
Right. Yeah.
Now,
They popped up on the radar on TikTok and then they monetize it elsewhere, maybe.
I will survive, but I love TikTok. I absolutely will miss it very much because I look at it all the time, and I've enjoyed posting my content on there.
Would you say number one app on your phone or no?
I would say number one, maybe close second with Instagram.
Okay. All right. So,
yeah.
and those two are kind of, in my estimation, though, at least those two are like a little bit interchangeable.
And then number three, my bank accounts. I freak out about those quite often.
Just staring at those. Oh, God. Sealand, would this change anything for you at all or no?
I would have to gauge how it changes for my wife and how that affects me.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Because I forget about TikTok so often. I get notifications from TikTok all the time trying to get me to come back. I have not been in a while. I go to Instagram all the time. Like, if they ban Instagram, I'd be like, what am I going to do? Maybe I should try TikTok.
I've got all this time on my hands now.
But no, I think my number one apps, you can't have number one apps. I think my top apps would be Instagram. Sometimes I don't even, like me starting Instagram is not a decision. It is a reflex.
You just automatically do it.
I'm usually like in the bathroom or something. I'm just like, and I'm there. And I'm just like, how did I get to Instagram? It's like breathing. And, but Time Hop and then the New York Times games I got to do.
Wordle.
Yeah.
I can't believe there's still so many people that play that. Still so many people.
It is going on. I don't know how many you have, C-Lane. Or I think it's all together. They're about to have like their 1,000th game coming up in the next year.
If they banned Wordle, there would be a riot, I think. There would be people in the streets. There would be people very upset.
If they banned Wordle, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What's the reason?
Where's this country going?
This says both the U.S. government and TikTok will invoke treasured American ideals in their arguments to sway the court. This is going on now, which will need to act quickly to make a decision before the ban's deadline of January 19th. So before that, it could be shut down. And TikTok is saying, we're either going to win this case or we're shutting down the app. We're not going to sell it off.
Why won't they sell it?
I don't know. They said we're not.
There's
even offers.
Guy.
Yeah, there's offers in
Mr. Wonderful
to buy the app. There's an offer from Project Liberty, billionaire Frank McCourt's nonprofit. They made a proposal to buy TikTok from ByteDance, calling it the people's bid for TikTok, and they said they'd pledge prioritizing digital safety on a U.S.-owned version of the app. But they say, nope, it's either we keep going or we shut it down. So we'll see what happens here next. More and more bungling of this response to the wildfires in Los Angeles. I don't know if you saw yesterday, they accidentally sent an alert message to everybody in Los Angeles, just like the Hawaiian one, where they told people to take cover.
This one I think you would take more seriously because you're in the middle of a disaster right now.
Yeah, everybody gets this on their phone. It says emergency alert extreme new. This is an emergency message from the Los Angeles County Fire Department. An evacuation warning has been issued in your area. Remain vigilant of any threats and get ready to evacuate. Gather loved ones, pets, and supplies. Continue to monitor local weather news and the webpage alertla.org for more information.
URL.
And this wasn't real. They weren't supposed to send this out. It was a mistake that they sent this to everybody.
Yeah, it says we are aware of the reports of erroneous messages and apologize for the disruption.
Yeah, but would that area not have to evacuate?
It was sent to everybody in LA. Everybody was told, hey, evacuation warning, get your pets ready, get everything ready. Here's how they covered it on ABC 7 over in Los Angeles.
We also have to do a clarification. I know an emergency alert went out to a lot of people with your cell phones. I've been getting texts from people all over Southern California saying, am I in danger? Do I need to go?
And you had it too.
I got one as well. We need to let you know, and this gets a little bit confusing because there are evacuations underway, but a lot of communities got this that are not being evacuated. For instance, Mount Washington, Santa Monica, Toluca Lake, and Burbank, you are not being evacuated at this point. So we're trying to get clarification from the emergency alert system on that. Santa Monica has already issued a take-back on that, saying that emergency alert went out, but you are not being evacuated. They have not increased the evacuations in the Santa Monica area.
Whoops. It was an accident that this went out to all of these people. and another misstep there in the reaction to the wildfires. But one thing that I saw, did you guys see in Malibu? And I was wondering, how did this happen? There was all these houses right on the beach in Malibu. They must be $8 to $10 million houses, really expensive houses right on the beach. And there was like 3 or 4 on one side, completely gutted, totally burned. 3 or 4 on the other side, completely burned. And one house in the middle that didn't burn somehow.
I've seen a couple videos like that. And because a lot of these houses are starting to catch because of embers. And stuff that, like, there was like one palm tree I saw on fire and it was pouring onto one house, but the house next door was just fine. And so I feel like you find your houses that are very close together or have, I don't know, combustible roof.
Yeah.
And that's where you see these going up in flames very quickly. But there have been like these weird, lucky, untouched houses.
Yeah,
and
it must be
conspiracy
something.
people love those videos. By the way, they show they're like, well, how does this happen? No, hashtag no coincidences.
Yeah, it is very weird, but obviously it's not because some giant government intervention or something. It's just the fact that maybe with different building materials. I don't know. I was trying to find the example of this, but there's houses just torched everywhere, and one that just made it stuck in the middle of everything. Oh, here it is right here. You see all these houses like totally burned down to the sticks. I'll put this on See It Now. And then one house in the middle still standing. And it's kind of crazy that house survived somehow. I don't know how they did it, but we'll take a look. Maybe it is. They didn't. The rest of the folks didn't pay the premium.
Like,
for the
remember when they got
material.
rid of asbestos? We kept it.
Look at us go. All right, I'm going to put this up right now over on See It Now on thenewsjunkie.com so you can take a look. But there are some people who are getting lucky, some people who are fortunate in the middle of all of this, whereas everybody else around them not doing so great. House still standing, Malibu.
Still standing.
There it is, up on See It Now, over on thenewsjunkie.com. It's ready for you. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And my therapist emails. I don't know if that's correct or not.
There was a confidentiality thing you guys had.
That's what it says here. Howdy, y'all. The LA fires. Sean, yesterday you asked if people actually care about what's happening in LA or if they don't care because it's just a bunch of celebrities. I'm writing to answer your question. I care, she says. Yes, the Pacific Palisades is a very wealthy area, as are some of the other areas impacted by the fires, but there are middle and working class people there too who have lost everything. And animal rescues were impacted. Yeah, that's super sad to see. You see all the animals.
The footage of the animals that like were also traveling on their own accord to away from the fire and just on the front lawns of random houses.
That's brutal.
Laying down. It's awful. It's horrible.
Yeah, I don't like to see that. Bottom line, I don't think onlookers would have the same attitude or things to say if a devastating tornado hit the Midwest. And I don't believe they were saying about the hurricanes that hit Florida recently. You're right. Every place has its problems, but people seem to look at California with such disdain that it's almost dehumanizing sometimes. Well, it's disdain on a couple of levels. That's why I think this is interesting. One, there's a lot of people going, the rich celebrities lost one of their houses. Oh, wow. And they're kind of mocking that aspect of it. The other is if it's a celebrity that people don't like. Take, for instance, Mel Gibson. James Woods, they have politics that a lot of people don't like.
Oh, and James Woods had tears too, did he not?
He was crying on CNN. He was upset about his house burning down. And people in the responses and comments online are just going, laughing at you, so excited. Just terrible, terrible stuff. So it's either politics or just overall not caring because celebrities. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com and Justin emails. He says, Happy New Year to y'all. Hope you have a great holiday or had a great holiday. I do care about the victims of the fire. I can't even imagine what it must be like to lose everything. I had friends lose everything twice, in the floods in 1997 in North Dakota and in Katrina in 2005. And talking with them gave me better perspective. Regardless of rich, poor, left, or right, they're Americans, and it sucks to see their leaders have failed them. In my opinion, the lack of viable responses is on their leaders, not the firefighters or first responders and everybody doing the best they can. Why don't you have plans to get water? Why don't you have plans to bury the utilities, like the power lines? Why don't you launch a brush clearing program? When the fire hydrants are dry, that's an issue. I could write for days on this topic, but I'll spare you and the listeners. Have a great weekend, Justin. Yeah, I'm in agreement. Go ahead.
I mean, just speaking of like things to do ahead of time or prepared, or information we find out after this these devastating fires in California is like, isn't there this one billionaire couple that has like a majority of the water and the access in California? I'll pull up the story, but it's like they kind of they're the producers or own the company that like makes your pistachios and hummus and all of that, and they have all this farmland in California and most of the water that everyone could be using right now to put out some fires.
From what I heard, okay, and this might be wrong. From what I heard, they have plenty of water in Los Angeles. The problem is the houses that are like up in the hills, they have to have water. If you just understand how water is delivered to a city, this makes sense. It's gravity fed, right? So if a house is way up on the hill, they have to have a water source that's higher than that house. And for some of these places where the hydrants ran dry, they didn't have enough water up high enough on the land to run down, and they ran out of water up there. That seems like a pretty fixable thing to me. Like, you should have been prepared in cases like this, that you did have water and that the fire hydrants didn't run dry. But that's what ended up happening in some of those circumstances. All right, we'll see what you think. Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. On the way, the next episode, also this week in Florida, because Friday, that's right, celebrate with us. And when we return, we'll talk about a lot of stuff that we got to get into, including a police officer who's in some trouble. You see, he said that the brakes went out in his vehicle. He said, that's why I crashed. My brakes failed. But an investigation suggested it wasn't the brakes. It was something a whole lot more embarrassing. What was it? That is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, the New Orleans lawsuits start pouring in. Plus, the crazy stuff people tried to sneak on planes in 2024. We'll find some yacht rock for sink or sail, turn you on to a great cigar for embers only. We'll find out what's good to eat in Orlando with Primetime Kitchen. And for trivia, it's Pick the Porn. Plus, your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Authorities and emergency crews are on the roadways clearing up an accident here on State Road 429 southbound near Coia-Popka Road. There's an accident where Oak Ridge Road meets Texas Avenue. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. Traffic is slowing down in your regular areas on I-4. No major problems on most of the major roadways. Just travel with caution. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
If you're drowning in unresolved tax debt, know this. The IRS can place a lien on your home, garnish your paycheck, and levy your bank account. That's catastrophe for you.
We interrupt this message to bring you some good news about your tax debt. We're TaxRise, experienced tax professionals who can help you seek relief programs and work directly with the IRS on your behalf. Find out if you qualify with a free consultation. 888-775-9088. Eric from South Carolina owed over $74,000. We helped reduce it to $798. Troy, a disabled veteran, owed over $142,000 and settled at $500. We've helped thousands of clients with their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. So take the drama out of your tax debt and rise above your situation with TaxRise. For your free consultation, call 888-775-9088. 888-775-9088.
Results vary, not guaranteed. Client names changed. TaxRise is not IRS affiliated or law.
Only Zero Res cleans with their own patented ZR water, which eliminates the need for like harsh soaps, shampoos, or detergents. This effective cleaning process is safe for your kids and your pets, and it leaves zero soapy, sticky, dirt-attracting residue behind. So your carpets dry faster, stay cleaner longer. Visit OrlandoZeroRes.com.
Are you all worked up and working too much? You know what y'all need? Y'all need to chill out. Y'all need to have fun. Y'all need some adventure. Why, y'all need Gatorland. How do we know? Ain't no one got more animals, more gators, or more fun than Gatorland. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less with $17.50 admission now through the end of January. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. AspireAllergy.com.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Our new and improved iHeartRadio app has made it even easier to enjoy the radio station's podcasts and playlists you love. How? Well, we've added everything you love about your car radio into the free iHeartRadio app. With easy-to-use presets, you can now save your favorite stations on the app, just like in your car. And with the all-new live radio dial, it's easier than ever to discover new stations you'll love based on your location or favorite genre. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
MSC Cruises. Discover big on a mini getaway. To book, visit msccruises.com.
Talking about what's trending. This is the News Junkie, Sean Wasson. This is the News Junkie.
Eater for gifting 6 Secret Show subscription. Thank you. Appreciate you. Love you. Right back at you. And you can learn more about Secret Shows and how you can unlock it over on thenewsjunkie.com.
He doesn't get the thing? We're not doing the thing anymore?
Oh, yeah. Still in it. Oh, it's only one button away from me right now. I will tell you that we have the next episode coming up in just a bit and this week in Florida, but I don't really need to tell you that because you're already waiting with bated breath, ready to go for those things.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I want to tell you a story. And this is a story about a sheriff's officer, okay? And this is pretty funny to me, at the very least. This guy got into an accident in his cruiser, his police car, or whatever, sheriff's officer vehicle. And he was driving around, and his claim was, my brakes failed. And I have to tell you, I've always had something in me that whenever there's somebody who gets into an accident and their claim afterwards is, my brakes failed, I almost always am skeptical about this, because so often it's not actually the person's brakes failing. It's very rare that your brakes will fail in a situation like this.
I know somebody whose brakes actually failed.
For real?
Yeah.
Did their emergency brake work?
I don't know if that was part of the equation.
So if your brakes do fail, then you have that. I think that's the backup.
Are we talking in a new car, Sealand, or like an old car?
It was a while ago. I don't remember exactly what year it was.
My brakes failed one time because I let the brakes go so bad. You know when you drive your brakes and you need to replace them and they go, wah! I went so far into my brake pads needing to be changed that it was close to a disaster. But this cop goes, damn, my brakes failed. This is really tough. I can't believe this happened to me. And they did an investigation. And it wasn't his brakes. It was not his brakes that failed and led to this accident. Let's see what happened here. Here is Wesh 2 talking about what really distracted this deputy.
In Lake County, a case of distracted driving cost a deputy his job, but a sheriff's office investigation found he wasn't texting before slamming his car into a woman's car.
He was looking at porn. West 2's Justin Schechter got a copy of the internal affairs report and the body camera video from the crash.
Buddy, I got to tell you, of all the distracted driving things one could do, who looks at porn while driving their car?
You can't wait? Can't wait 2 seconds?
Yeah, you're a cop. You could stop somewhere. You would pull off the side of the road or something. Stop. You're driving.
I'm more concerned that he looked at porn while wearing a body camera.
Yeah, that's true, too. And he's just in his cruiser. Look at this. That distracts him, and he crashes his car, which, what a testament to whatever he was looking at, that he was so distracted by it that he did indeed crash. There he is.
The Lake County Sheriff's Office Internal Affairs investigation found that former Deputy Tristan McComber was looking at something not safe for work before this happened.
What an idiot. He
In
crashes.
early November, while driving south on County
His
Road
airbag comes out.
435, his body-worn camera captured the steering wheel airbag deploying. After his department-issued cruiser crashed into the back of another car.
There's his phone, too, after the crash. And you know what happened here. This idiot crashes his police car, and then he goes, well, I obviously can't tell him what I was really doing. We can't do that.
My brakes failed, bro.
Yeah. Oh, no. I hit him. I was hitting the brakes. Nothing happened, even though you know they're going to look at the body cam.
The video shows Deputy McComber tossing his cell phone onto the seat and then picking it up before he goes to check on the other driver.
Hello, ma'am. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
My brakes locked up. Okay.
Lies.
I was like, oh my goodness, wait. Yeah, I'm okay.
According to the new internal affairs
plowed into
report,
her.
the deputy told a sergeant the brakes
That
locked
makes
up
2 of them.
before he rear-ended the other car, stopped for a school bus. This deputy no longer works for the Lake County Sheriff's Office.
good.
We're told he
Yeah, thanks. I mean, that should be the least of his worries. Shouldn't we have some
charged?
Yes, please.
Also, because everyone is guilty of texting and driving at some point in their lives.
I've
Or
done it, yeah.
They do it often. But the man was so into the porn he was watching, like his periffs were off.
Mm-hmm.
He went right into that woman's car, who was stopped, I imagine, for quite some time because of the school bus in front of her.
Yes,
Imagine
next to a
if
school
it was
bus.
the school bus.
Right. Yeah, this guy could have done a whole lot worse, but still, he got into an accident, caused damage, and people got hurt as a result of this because he can't stop looking at adult videos on his phone.
resigned while facing termination. The internal affairs investigation found he wasn't truthful in what he was doing on his phone right before impact. McComber initially stated he was scrolling through text messages in a group chat with other deputies prior to the crash. But the investigation found he was viewing something that is more visual and inappropriate while on the job. The report's conclusion says McComber admitted to lying before later revealing he was looking at pornographic material on his personal
Jesus
phone
Christ,
just
buddy.
before the vehicle crash. Deputies found he violated 3 sheriff's office policies. He departed from the truth, used an electronic device for something that's prohibited, and there was substantial evidence he wasn't wearing a seatbelt behind the wheel.
Yeah, and not even wearing a seatbelt. My God. This should be more than just a slap on the wrist, hey, move across the country and go work at another police department kind of stuff. But we'll see what happens here with this officer who got busted lying because of the body cam footage. Thank God for body cams, man. I love body cams. Big fan of that, keeping people honest, and I like that. All right, when we return, the next episode with Sabrina, what is coming up on the next episode?
I will tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Well, we have all the Arsonist rumors coming out, but why not tell you the celebrities who are on board? How you doing? Alec Baldwin, he is now suing for malicious prosecution after the big F-up on the Rust board, plus the biggest selling DVDs and Blu-rays of 2024, because why not? All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
People are still buying DVDs and Blu-rays?
That's why I printed the story,
Maybe not.
Sean.
Maybe these are still the best-selling ones, but they're not selling that well.
It was only one sold, but I have the name.
I don't even know where I would get one right now. Okay, that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. And at 9, we all find out what the hell Angel is listening to tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Good morning, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Friday forecast, and it's going to certainly feel and look like a Friday once we get through the chilly temperatures this morning. We do have a frost advisory in place until 8 a.m. for Orlando and all of Orange County. That's going to be due to temperatures coming close to the freezing mark, but otherwise we'll see a nice warm up throughout the course of this afternoon. Highs will reach the low 70s before a cold front arrives late tonight, early tomorrow morning, bringing with it some scattered showers along with cooler temperatures for the weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Hey, Daydreamer. Did we catch you thinking about your dreams? With Wells Fargo Premier, a team can help you plan for them. So, let's imagine your biggest dream. Not the easy one, the one behind it. The one you work towards every day and every night. Can you see it? Then we can help you plan for it. Ready to start planning for your dreams? You can at wellsfargo.com/getpremier.
Well, did you know that Future Health offers affordable weight loss meds for less than $3 a day? That's right. Hey, it's Sisney from On Air with Ryan Seacrest, and you can discover a new you in the new year. And all you need to do is take a quick 3-minute survey. Go to tryfh.com. Tryfh.com. You can get started right there. And if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. I mean, you'll be connected with qualified doctors who specialize in GLP-1s. And with Future Health's network of over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide, you'll feel support every step of the way. So go to tryfh.com. Tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Here's how TaxRise saved Yvonne over 99% on what she owed the IRS.
I got a letter from the IRS saying that I owed $69,000, and I had no idea what to do. That's when I contacted you guys.
Our tax professionals at TaxRise jumped into action. They helped Yvonne file her back taxes and get into compliance, but they didn't stop there. They negotiated directly with the IRS to fight for her case.
Effective immediately, the IRS has accepted. All they want in return is $100.
Thank you guys so much. I can't even explain how grateful I am.
We're so happy we got Yvonne the relief she deserved. We've helped thousands of clients find solutions to their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. To find out if you qualify for a tax relief program, call TaxRise today, 888-507-0053. For a free consultation, call 888-507-0053, 888-507-0053.
Results vary, not guaranteed, uncompensated testimonial. TaxRise is not IRS affiliated or a law firm.
You said bye-bye to big government. Now it's time to trim the fat from big wireless. Pure Talk gives you the exact same service. They use the same cell towers, the same 5G network. You get better customer service, and you pay half the price for the exact same thing. Get unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data with mobile hotspot for just $35 a month. Make the switch. You simply dial pound 250. You say the keyword save now. Save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
Things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And also, people are still buying DVDs. We shall learn about all of this in just a moment here on the show. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com real quick, and then an update on something that we talked about earlier. This is from Anonymous in Jupiter, Florida. It says, I watch your show on YouTube every day I'm at home when I'm not away for work. Everybody keeps... I almost said this person's name, and I was like, oh, look at the bottom. It says Anonymous. Everyone keeps talking about the fires in California. I had just rebuilt a home with my great-grandfather, and I inherited it from my grandmother. This place is on the Appalachian Trail in the Nolichucky River in northeast Tennessee. I've been spending summers there my entire life. The river rose up about 35 feet, and I had over 8 feet of water in the home I just finished rebuilding. Damn, that's got to be frustrating. I watched it on my cameras until the power was cut out. I wonder why nobody recognizes the devastation East Tennessee has experienced and been left suffering from Hurricane Helene.
That's one of the reasons that, was cited yesterday when people were saying, hey, we don't care about the California fires because nobody's caring about X.
Yeah.
That was one of the X's.
It says there are at least 30 people missing and assumed dead from this tragedy, including family members. I'm waiting to see if I can get help from FEMA, but they're non-responsive. Anonymous in Jupiter, Florida. Well, thank you for the email. We hope you get some help there. And I was Googling the thing that Sabrina was talking about with this couple that takes up a whole lot of water in California.
A lot of news stories.
No.
The only one I found was from like 2016, but I am seeing all the stuff that's been shared on Instagram and TikTok.
That's a little suspicious in and of itself. It's like, why aren't there more stories about this couple? And it's Stuart and Linda Resnick. Sure. And what a photo of these two. They're they look harmless, but I guess
like that.
This is from Forbes. This is the only thing I could find that was really like in detail about this. The Resnicks, it says, who became wealthy after setting up a string of businesses in Los Angeles, such as a janitorial cleaning service, bought their first farmland in the Central Valley 4 decades ago as a hedge against inflation. And now they have the biggest private farming operation in America. They make seedless lemons, halo mandarins, and wine on this farm that they have. Wonderful says it's the world's largest producer of tree nuts, America's largest citrus grower.
Can they get some of them seedless lemons over here? I can't stand lemon seeds.
The biggest floral delivery service in Teleflora, which I think I've heard of that actually. They sell Fiji water and citrus pomegranate drink palm. Jesus, they make all kinds of stuff. Altogether, the company has about $5 billion in sales. And I guess their farm in California takes up more water than everybody in Los Angeles combined, these two. So they often get heat for this. But LA, it seems, has water. They just don't have it in the places where they really, really needed it, which was a huge failure on somebody's part.
There was one guy from after the last massive fire over there. I think it was when I was in California, 2019, the campfire. And he bought himself a water pump and an actual fire hose, firefighter grade hose. And it was seen taking out the fire, essentially saving his home because he decided to make that investment many years ago.
Smart move, man. If you're prepared
then now you
for
have
this,
no neighbors.
Yeah, you're prepared for this. You just live. That would be eerie, wouldn't it? Just being the last house in a whole area. Everybody else burned down.
Footage looks ripe for any post-apocalyptic movie in production right now.
It's crazy. Yeah, some of the areas at Pacific Palisades, there's places where there was a neighborhood with, I don't think I'm exaggerating, 50 houses, all gone, all burned down, all gone. All right, we'll keep an eye on the fire stories. We got a lot more to get to today. We got This Week in Florida coming up in a bit. Right now, let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Oh, wow.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. That mortgage guy, Don, he is wonderful. He's a great human being, and he is smart as a tack, the sharpest tack, because that is the phrase that I was looking for.
You got to make up for C-Lane yesterday, because C-Lane said he's a decent guy. And I was like,
no,
that's not.
I didn't say decent.
Well,
what were your
decent,
words?
When is decent?
I said he's a pretty good guy.
Pretty good guy. That was his quote, Sabrina. He said pretty good guy, which is not bad, but if you're going to say something
but I didn't say
he's a wonderful man.
He's pretty good. I didn't say that. I said he's a pretty good guy.
He's one of the nicest, greatest people I've ever met in my life.
Trying to throw me under the Don bus.
Oh, you know what? He wouldn't even run over you. As a matter of fact, he would lift it up because he's also the strongest man I've ever met in my life.
Wow.
Especially when it comes to refinancing or buying your first dream home. Debt consolidation, expanding your business, reverse mortgages, HELOCs, and everything in between. Get the process started today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It was a mere 25 years ago, 2000, that this gal right here.
Melissa Etheridge.
That is correct. And, is this the, yeah, you guessed it, the EDM remix? Thank you. Is what they did to make that baby.
What?
When you, siphon.
Oh, yeah.
Siphon
okay.
gas.
Okay, yeah.
It is the most
pretty
awkward
cool dad,
part.
though.
Yeah, I'd say. Cool uncles, perhaps. Julie did tell Melissa that she was not gay the year before, though.
Hey, question for you.
Yeah, what up?
If you find out that you were born that way, that there was a sperm donor, and then your parents that you thought were your parents weren't actually your parents. I mean, obviously, in this case, it would be obvious because it was a lesbian couple. But if you are born and you think this is my dad, this is my mom, and then it turns out later there's somebody actually donated sperm to help you become born, do you think you would have any draw to that person? Do you think you would feel a connection to David Crosby in this case?
I mean, not connection, but would certainly want to get to know him, maybe?
Yeah.
And again, when it comes to artificial insemination or getting something from the sperm bank, it's that's the whole point of it, is that they don't want any sort of attachment.
Usually, but the moment you hear it's a celebrity, I feel like you go, ooh.
That's my dad now.
Yeah.
This is royalty free, by the way. This bed right here. Crosby gave his seed to Melissa Etheridge. A jar of gooey for her and Julie eggs up and legs as well. They'll make a baby. And Uncle Still will make the family gathering cool. I missed the Nash. This is what you get for royalty free. But only one mama's gay. Henry Winkler.
The other lady wasn't gay?
She told Melissa that she was not gay after having a couple kids with her.
Weird.
Turns out it is a choice, huh?
All right, I guess so.
All right.
Because she's like, I'm just not gay for you.
You don't want to come to my window anymore?
No.
So, Southern California wildfires. The rumor mill is a churning and saying, are they natural, accidental, or responsible via arsonists? At least one person thinks it's the last. And that's
the
Fonz, baby.
Oh, yeah. Henry Winkler. Yeah, that's his last name.
He tweeted out or X'd out, and I quote, all caps, "There is an arsonist here in L.A."
Well, I mean, there was at least one.
There was. And if Henry's talking about him, he says, "May you be beaten, unrecognizable."
Yeah, I'm with him on that. And wait, it wasn't even just one, because as we were talking, there was at least another video where they were suggesting that somebody was lighting some of the fires too.
Actress Allison Sweeney agreed with his post. Chris Brown said, "Someone starting these fires. Stuff don't add up."
Mm-hmm.
PETA.
Did he say stuff?
He did not. No. Do you want me to say the real word?
No.
No.
Peter Murgatroyd.
Love him.
Good for him. Where is he from? 2 points.
Peter Murgatroyd is from ER.
Nope, Dancing with the Stars.
I was going to say California.
T-Lane, you get 1 point. He retweeted a guy who said there were at least 5 men running around in ski masks starting the fires. A podcaster named Andrew Huberman posted a video allegedly showing some who just lit a fire. I think that's the one Sean, you and I had seen. LAPD did catch that one guy with the most recent fire, and we shall see. A few more quick notes. Wolfgang Puck's Beverly Hills restaurant giving out free meals to emergency responders. The estates of Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks have been spared from the flames because, of course, Tom Hanks. He's the one that started COVID. It's the least that we can do.
Yeah, he deserves that much, I think, right?
David Muir of ABC News was caught pinning back his firefighter's jacket with a clothespin, and that sent everyone into a tailspin because he's not taking it seriously. He's just more worried about his appearance, but I mean, I gotta come to the defense a little bit. If you look ridiculous and like you're swimming in a jacket, I think like that's going to distract viewers from the
here's
real
the thing,
message.
though. The jacket was from ABC News. So couldn't they just get like a better fitting jacket?
Now when you gotta go, man.
I feel like I could have hooked them up with one that fit better.
Well, this has nothing to do with fires or perhaps philosophical fire of some sort. But Alec Baldwin is getting his sue on.
Hey, I want to tell you something. I made an ass of myself, okay?
Actor Alec Baldwin. Wait for it. Yeah. That's what he's maybe saying to the prosecution, because that's who he's suing. The civil rights violations for the fatal shooting of a cinematographer on the set of Rust. The lawsuit was filed earlier this week at State District Court in Santa Fe, where a judge in July had dismissed the charge of involuntary manslaughter against Baldwin. And it turns out because the prosecutors and the investigators done messed up big time, intentionally mishandled evidence when they pursued the case. And now he's going to sue the ever-loving crap out of them.
I know a lot of people hate Alec Baldwin. He's super hateable, but he's right. I think he's totally right about this. Yeah.
But then again, had they not mishandled it, don't you think there's a little bit where you can't say publicly of gratitude that they did because everything got dropped?
It's just really warped that they were coming at him so hard to begin with. It's really, really... Clearly, you have somebody who is trying to build up their career on the back of, I'm going to take down Alec Baldwin, and they got caught.
And how'd they get a whole team to intentionally mishandle evidence and be on top of that? But
I don't know.
Guess we'll see what happens in civil court. You ready for the biggest selling DVDs and Blu-rays of 2024?
There must be something special about the DVDs.
Oh,
they were all
special.
at truck stops.
They maybe were. That or like $5 bin. But either way, we've got the names here. Not one, but two Timothée Chalamet films topped the charts for DVD and Blu-ray films of 2024, at least according to the British Association for Screen Entertainment, also known as BASE. BASE. Dune Part 2 topped the charts for disc sales. This is wild. The epic sci-fi sequel sold 132,000 copies.
Wow. That's a lot more than I thought, actually. You know what I would have thought? I would have thought that...
Who's making that? You like 132,000 copies. That means you can now put this production in someone's garage, right? You don't need a whole warehouse.
Yeah. There's not a whole bunch of employees for this whole thing.
What did you say? 132,006?
Uh-huh.
Do you know what the best-selling DVD of all time is?
That would be
Avatar?
Titanic.
Finding Nemo.
Okay.
Oh, is it really? And that's what I was going to say. When you first brought up the list, I was going to go, I bet it's a kid's thing, so you can keep playing it over and over.
And how many copies is Finding Nemo compared to the...
Finding Nemo, 100 million copies.
200 million copies.
38.8 million copies.
Oh, all right. There you have it, my friends. We also have Wonka. That's another one of Timothée Chalamet's, obviously the new one. Oppenheimer was sold on DVD. Deadpool and Wolverine. Aquaman and The Lost Kingdom rounds out the top 5. As far as TV markets, Game of Thrones franchise ruled supreme, with prequel House of Dragon taking the top 2 spots with the DVD disc chart. That's still a thing. It sold a whopping 31,000 copies.
All right.
At least for the first season. Second season, 24,000 copies. So look at that. I'm so glad people are still using their DVD players. And I guess that's it for me, my friends. I will leave you with this, the Boob Tube. We've got the second season premiere of Goosebumps, the 7th annual celebration of black cinema and television. Critics' Choice Awards has been postponed because of the giant fire in California. NFL Wildcard Weekend. Texans, Ravens, Bills, Eagles, Buccaneers against Commanders, Packers, Broncos, Steelers, and Chargers. Go Sports. And episode 6 of Dexter Original Sin. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. Have you watched any of the Dexter prequel thing that you just talked about?
So I just found out my girlfriend has never seen Dexter, so we might dive into original series. Yes.
Well, Courtney loves Dexter.
I love it too. Same.
And she started watching this, and so I looked at just a couple of minutes of the show.
Courtney has watched Dexter like a few times now, right?
Oh, lots of times. Yeah, it's one of her favorite shows.
I'll be going on my 4th if I watch it with Nicole.
And when I sat and watched the characters that they had, like the Asian guy and the
surprise, mother effer,
the big boss guy, they cast young versions of them for this prequel, and the casting is so good. That, like, you got to nail that, and they nail, like, imagine it's a show like Married with Children or something, and they say, we're going to do a prequel to this, and they're going to take all the characters, and they have to be young versions. You got to really nail that casting, and they did in this. It's pretty crazy how good they did in the casting.
Is the show any good?
Courtney says it's pretty good. She says she likes it. We'll see. All right, when we come back this week in Florida with C-Lane, and we'll see just how wild things got in the old Sunshine State. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
13 chances per day at $1,000 begins Monday at 9 a.m. and is brought to you by Mills Air.
Right lane is partially blocked due to an accident on the Greenway northbound, approaching that east-west expressway there. There's an accident where Oak Ridge Road meets Texas Avenue. Traffic is slowing down on Florida's Turnpike southbound between County Road 561 and Hancock Road, and you could expect your regular delays on I-4 this afternoon if that's a part of your travels. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Oh, mornings. Some people love them.
Okay, you have everything for your math test. And Mom, you have my lunch.
Some people hate them.
Everybody get in the car. Go, go, go.
We've all got to do them. Good thing Wawa's up and ready for you every morning. With fresh coffee, hot sizzlies, and fast, friendly service to keep your morning moving right along. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
How do I, Dad? Here's something I do. I write a letter to my kids every month. Yep, I write a letter and send it to my own house. I'm pen pals with my own kids. I know it sounds silly, but they love it. I don't write anything crazy. Just tell them I love them, ask them questions, whatever. Normal stuff. But when it shows up in the mailbox, I'm super dad.
Write your kids letters or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for Solar Source. What a great experience I've had with them. A couple years ago, they heated my pool with solar, and now I've been raving about this ever since. They installed a solar battery backup system, so when everyone else loses their power, there's power outages, my house is still running, which is awesome. And now Solar Source is about to take it to the next level for me. My entire home is going to be run off solar energy, which is going to save me so much money on my electric bill. It can do the same thing for you. If you're tired of high-cost energy bills, trust this company. It's Solar Source. It's a company you can trust. They've installed over 60,000 systems since 1984. It's Solar Source. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. You'll love working with them, and make that switch today, because the future is solar powered with Solar Source. Great company, and you'll love working with them. Please tell them Russ Rollins sent you, because friends of Russ Rollins save more money at Solar Source. solarsource.com/monster.
Game on! Coach R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. If you've been fumbling around town in a car you hate, then punt it. I need to kick off my new year. But first, all my 2024 rides must go. So this month you could drive a new Mitsubishi for just $1 down. And that's a touchdown for not much down. You can even save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. So get in the game for just $1 down. At R.C. Hill, we're all about affordability. And my perfect payment program is a playbook of solutions. My finance specialists work hard to help you find a car you love. So if your old ride makes you feel like a loser, then punt it. Because we have over 200 used cars, all with warranty for just $1 down. But hurry, a deal this good won't last long and won't go into overtime. I'm RC Hill, and I'm your car dealer next door. See all my MVP rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com. Need to sell your car today? Visit rchillbuyscars.com. We'll pay you on the spot.
Credit and $1 down. Require bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer ends January 31st, 2025.
Celebrate creativity in the classroom with Crayola Creativity Week. Starting January 27th, join celebrities like Matthew McConaughey for hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways. Register for free today at Crayola.com/creativityweek. Human trafficking affects millions every year, exploiting people for profit. On January 11th, join the fight by participating in Wear Blue Day. Wear Blue. Post a photo on social media and use hashtag Wear Blue Day to support victims and survivors. Together, we can raise awareness about human trafficking and make a difference in the lives of the people that it affects. Learn more at dhs.gov/blue campaign. That's dhs.gov/blue campaign. Help raise awareness about human trafficking. Wear Blue on January 11th.
If you're drowning in unresolved tax debt, know this. The IRS can place a lien on your home, garnish your paycheck, and levy your bank account. That's catastrophe for you.
We interrupt this message to bring you some good news about your tax debt. We're TaxRise, experienced tax professionals who can help you seek relief programs and work directly with the IRS on your behalf. Find out if you qualify with a free consultation. 888-775-9088. Eric from South Carolina owed over $74,000. We helped reduce it to $798. Troy, a disabled veteran, owed over $142,000 and settled at $500. We've helped thousands of clients with their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. So take the drama out of your tax debt and rise above your situation with TaxRise. For your free consultation, call 888-775-9088. 888-775-9088.
Results vary, not guaranteed. Client names changed. TaxRise is not IRS affiliated or a law firm.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Right now, Wawa Rewards members can enjoy any size hot coffee for $1, any size iced coffee for $2, and a 16-ounce Monster Energy for just $3. Choose one, two, or all three. Simply open the Wawa app and redeem your bonus offer. Not a member? Download the Wawa app to join Wawa Rewards and start saving today. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Your music, radio, and podcasts are on our free iHeartRadio app.
Radio, 104.1.
Batch. This is
We'll see what went down in the Sunshine State. And now Sealand's got at least a couple of days of 2025 behind him here.
Yeah.
So, and I'll tell you,
also, I think some of the people that published these stories were also slacking last week, because there were some that I was looking through. They're like, well, that one's from New Year's Day.
Are they awake now?
Yeah, they're cooking now.
Nice. Okay, good. Cooking and ready to go. I know for sure I've had like 2 stories in my stack over here that I have not done.
Good for you.
That I know are going to be in This Week in Florida.
Well, we could compare notes afterwards and see if I did your stories.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do This Week in Florida.
giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
Yes, it is. The weekend is here after a real week. And it's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State, see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. And really quickly, before we get started, I have to wish a happy belated birthday to our favorite podcast listener, my mother, Mama Lane.
Oh, happy birthday.
Her birthday is today, but she's not going to hear this till like March 2nd or something, so she's usually quite behind. I don't know. She catches up over the holidays, so maybe it'll be a little bit sooner. But we start in Volusia County, where a nice lady, I'm sure she's a nice lady, some people don't think so, is out of her leadership position. She's stepping down from her position because people just can't handle truth bombs anymore. They're very sensitive.
Okay.
At the school board. Jessie Thompson has stepped down as chair. Do you remember what she did?
I do.
No.
Yeah.
I don't remember this at all, no.
She was the one that said that she wouldn't trust some of the students from Deltona High to fill up her gas tank.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like everyone passed or everyone, was able to graduate, but looking at them, I wouldn't trust them to fill my gas tank.
See, here's the thing.
No offense.
if everybody is graduating and she wouldn't, I think the point she was making is maybe everybody shouldn't be just graduating because you want to make good numbers.
Right. You should fail kids who deserve to fail.
But they came after her for that. The one person said it was welcome news. It'll allow us to move forward and continue the good work that's going on in Volusia County schools. There's better ways of saying things without dehumanizing other people, says one person. Deltona Mayor Santiago Avila, who was one of the person that called for her stepping down. Something I learned very early on when I got elected is you don't build the tallest skyscraper by chopping the other tall ones down. She didn't single out any kids.
I mean, but she was saying that based on looks.
No, she was saying that some of those kids shouldn't have graduated. I think that was the point she was making. I mean, when we first attacked the story.
Even though a bunch of these kids graduated, there's some of them I wouldn't trust to even fill up my car with gas. So maybe that means we're passing too many kids.
Right.
Which I think it's fine. I think the pearl clutching over that from the other politician is stupid.
Little dumb. She did call somebody Tan Man. That was weird. They were mad about that too.
Who's Tan Man?
She referred to
Is he tan?
School board member Ruben Colon, who sounds like he could be tan, but she called him Tan Man.
All right, Tan Man is worse than the initial statement.
I think so too. I don't think Tan Man's that bad, but it's much worse. She will continue her duties as a board member, just not as the chair of the board.
Like, I'm imagining myself going down to Miami, and then I see a bunch of Hispanic men down there, and I go, listen, Tan Man, I don't think that's going well for me.
No.
I don't think that they're going to appreciate the Tan Man line.
In other Florida politics, there's a bunch of lawmakers who have this proposal on deck. And I think I kind of agree. Tell me what you think, or even if you care. I think that if you care is going to be on the lower side of the scale there. But the debate over Florida's state bird is returning to the forefront as Representative Jim Mooney has filed legislation to propose to replace the northern mockingbird, which is Florida's state bird, with the American flamingo, which I think... You think more about Florida, you think flamingo.
I agree. Yeah, I think so.
Except I've only seen one in the wild.
What, flamingo?
Yeah. My entire life I've lived in Florida. I've only seen one flamingo actually flying. Most of them have been at the zoo.
I agree with you. We mostly see them at the zoo. But when you think of Florida and like the imagery, I do think of palm trees and flamingos. I think those are big ones, more so than whatever other bird is.
I think that too. I don't even know if I could identify a mockingbird if it flew by.
I could not.
Unless it called me fat.
Yeah.
Because it was mocking me.
No, I got it. It
was a mocking bird.
I understood. Yeah.
There's going to be more jokes like that. Just you just hang tight.
Does there have to be though?
There's going to be. There doesn't have to be, but there's going to be. The state bird of Florida is the mockingbird. However, 5 other states have the mockingbird as their state bird.
Okay.
Why would we share that? Why would we just get our own, be unique, and not copy 5 other states?
We should do the great tit bird.
Do we have any of those? Do we have tit birds in the...
Yeah, we do.
We have a lot of great tits in Florida.
It pops up in my bird cam all the time.
Not all of us are bird people, Sabrina. I don't know what kind of birds are out there. I don't know what's going on in the bird world. I know we got like some hawks.
Yeah.
We got some woodpeckers. I know very little about birds in our
hypothetical, but if given a bird feeder with a camera on it, would you use it?
I do think they're cool.
Use it?
Probably. She'd like. Anybody would like. Those are fun. Those are really
did your
cool.
wife set up hers yet?
She has not received hers yet. Don't bring up awkward stuff. There's already people on board with this new thing, and I don't think it's going to happen. But, crazier things have happened. Matt Gaetz wants to be governor.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right.
I don't think he's got a shot in hell.
Apparently, just completely unscathed by the ethics report or the damaging House Ethics Committee report that found that the congressman paid thousands of dollars for sex, sometimes involving illegal drug use, and may or may not have had sex with a 17-year-old girl. But on Wednesday night's episode of the Matt Gaetz Show, the congressman turned TV host said he's indeed considering running for Florida governor in 2026. Of course I am, Gaetz proclaimed.
I don't think he's popular enough in the state of Florida to do it.
Yeah, there's already people on Twitter. They're like, you got my vote. Let's go, Gates.
That's not real life. I don't know if I've met anybody that would be like, yep, absolutely. Maybe some of you out there are into that. You would do that? Go for it. Send us a dispatch.
James Kane and Rich Mulligan on the Space Coast, and then James Kane in Titusville. And then some of those people, Matt Gates fans, there are better options. I don't know if there are worse options.
Nah.
I'm a worse option, but I'm not running.
P. Diddy, I feel like would be the worst.
That'd be a terrible option.
P. Diddy might be the worst option. Yeah, that's true.
Despite boasting about his chances of taking the governor's seat, the 42-year-old went on to slam the media about bugging him about the next election, all while President-elect Donald Trump hasn't even been sworn in yet. And once again, it's that time of year. It's not snake season. It's not bear season or deer season.
Gator?
No, but close. We're getting closer. We're getting warmer whilst getting colder at the same time. Because it is indeed falling frozen iguana season.
Yeah!
Amid the cold temps in Florida's residents across the Gulf Coast and Southeast brace for a significant drop in temperatures, there's a chance you could see some iguanas dropping from trees. So maybe just look out for iguanas dropping from trees.
I found a frozen lizard the other day.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
Yep, and I was like, hey, buddy, let's get you to the sun. Not happy about it.
Oh, it freaked out?
Yeah, also should do more fun stuff with my free time, but there you have it.
That sounds
Saving
kinda fun.
lizards.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's wondering, with Senator Marco Rubio all but assured of being confirmed by the U.S. Senate and the next Secretary of State, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has been tasked with finding the senior senator's replacement. Search for the next senator from Florida may start and end in the cabinet. They were saying he could appoint himself. There's any other list of people.
Oh, really? Well, that's interesting because his term is coming to a close before too long, and he can't run again, I don't think.
Can he not run again?
Is
that not one of those things like mayor where you can just do it as long as you want?
I thought that's why Matt Gaetz was even throwing his name in the ring.
It
because
could be. It could be.
But so if he could appoint himself as senator, then he could move over to there and then have that gig forever.
Well, it seems like all signs are pointing to that he's not, because it says that Governor DeSantis' likely choice to replace Senator Rubio is none other than Attorney General.
You will take me serious on the Attorney General, okay?
Attorney General Ashley Moody, which is also what I call my wife once a month.
Period. It's menstrual cycle.
You know, sometimes it's just not thrilling enough, I think, to be a porch pirate. They're over that. You got to go to the source. And that's what happened in Broward County. The sheriff's office deputies say they caught 4 men stealing packages from a FedEx facility at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, which has recently suffered millions of dollars in thefts. How is the airport not more secure?
Yeah, it seems like they could
People are
fix it.
falling out of wheel wells. People are stealing packages left and right. Millions of dollars in loss. According to an arrest report, deputies from the agency's burglary apprehension team were surveilling the facility on the north side of the airport amid the rash of thefts totaling about $6 million. Unknown suspects have been unlawfully entering and stealing electronic merchandise from docked trailers at the hub, which is really a crapshoot because do you know what's in the boxes?
No, it's like going to that really sad Amazon place where you buy the boxes.
I still want to go.
I want to go so bad.
There's it's like
a whole
playing
crate of stuff.
Like playing the lottery. Like you think it's there, and it's even better than playing the lottery because you literally see people win, and they're not you because you're not climbing over people.
I thought it would be cool until I went there with Courtney, and we go, "This is just sad. It's just the selection is not great."
Yeah. A man has been sentenced to 12 and a half years in prison for killing 6 people while driving 151 miles an hour.
Whoa, Jesus.
Yeah.
What car?
It was a 2019 BMW 5.
All right.
Now it's a 0. I imagine it's totaled.
The driver survived.
Okay.
Because he slammed into the back of a vehicle with 6 people inside, and the vehicle upended, flipped over, came to a final rest upside down, and everybody inside perished. Unfortunately, the driver was just 17 years old at the time.
Whoa!
And he was making TikTok videos or Instagram or whatever because he was known for driving super fast in his BMW. One video on his TikTok posted 2 weeks prior to the incident showed him speeding down I-95 and offered a $25 prize to anyone who could guess how fast he was driving. He also had the sticker of his Instagram handle, M5.Noah, on his car's windows. And he'll be spending...
God, he was operating right there in plain sight. He's telling everybody who he is, and they didn't catch him before this.
No, they caught him now. Look, I mean, can you arrest somebody or get somebody for speeding after the fact?
You would have to know that they were definitely going that speed, but that's
Isn't
frustrating.
That in the like little black box of the car?
Yeah, you might. Yeah,
could be. A Miami artist, Champsy. Are we as familiar with Champsy? All caps, Champ with a ZY at the end.
Nope.
He's accused of attempted murder after he and a friend, there's Stefan Leon, 32-year-old artist and life coach.
He only has 85 followers on Instagram.
Well,
so
why is this even a story? He teaches, well, I know why it is. He teaches meditation, breath work, and emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And then he and spiritual healer Julio Rivera decided they would get an Airbnb in Boynton Beach and take ayahuasca, however you decide to say it.
Ayahuasca.
And according to the report here, after taking the drugs, he tried to kill the spiritual healer. Not enough
don't think it worked
meditating.
for him.
Maybe a little more breath work and emotional intelligence could have saved 68-year-old spiritual healer Julio Rivera from being stabbed by this guy. And there was like a chilling video on a ring cam where the guy was like showing up begging for help, and the dude showed up and dragged him outside of the view of the ring cam. Really, really crazy stuff. A tech challenge woman busted after accidentally texting a cop instead of a drug dealer asking to score some opioids. And last but not least, they're on the loose, guys, and there's a bolo that's been posted. Be on the lookout, friends, for a man and a woman who Polk County deputies are calling Mr. Clean and Ms. Dookie.
Yep.
After the messy burglary. Is this one of the ones
this
that you
is,
had?
Yeah.
At a Mulberry Family Dollar store, according to the sheriff's office, a man and a woman walked into the dollar store, and Ms. Dookie was tasked with providing the distraction.
That's a great distraction, if I'm honest with you.
Because she crapped on the floor of the store.
Oh, okay. So her last name is not Dookie.
No, her last name's not Dookie. That's just what they've nicknamed the two of these people.
It's a good nickname.
Because of they're on the loose and they don't know who they are. But the man was gathering cleaning supplies. Deputies say the woman distracted employees by using the store's floor as her restroom, and the man got away with $500 worth of items from Mulberry Family Dollar. And according to the pictures, his cart was full to the brim with items. $500 get you a lot at Mulberry Family Dollar as they clean up the poop that you've left behind. That's it, friends, for this week in Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane. When we come back, some of these folks in Hollywood were able to save their houses, and one in particular is getting a lot of attention. And they said there are 3 reasons why their house did not burn down. They use 3 tactics, and that works for them every time there's a wildfire. What are those 3 tactics? You might want to know this. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Traffic slowing down on some of the major roadways on I-4 before US 27 and after State Road 429 on Florida's Turnpike southbound between Hancock Road and Oakland Exchange. Traffic is slowing down due to an accident on the Greenway northbound approaching East-West Expressway, exit 33 there. If you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways, move over and slow down. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Score deep discounts and deeper sleep during Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale and clearance. Take up to 60% off select mattresses and more. Plus, get a free adjustable base on qualifying purchases. Shop today for free and fast delivery. Restrictions apply.
This is Ashley Kennedy from the Ben and Ashley I Almost Famous podcast. Did you know that Future Health can help make weight loss resolutions come true? When it's about biology and not willpower. It's not your fault that dieting just doesn't work. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes and for less than $3 a day. Traditional diets don't work because nearly 70% of weight is genetically determined. Through medication, you can work with your body rather than against it to create safe and long-lasting weight loss results. I have a family member that's been struggling with her weight for quite some time. No matter how hard she tries, no matter how limited her food intake, she just can't get the weight off. Well, with Future Health, they make access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s easier than ever. Get ongoing support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at doctor's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Here's how Tax Rise saved Yvonne over 99% on what she owed the IRS.
I got a letter from the IRS saying that I owe $69,000, and I had no idea what to do. That's when I contacted you guys.
Our tax professionals at Tax Rise jumped into action. They helped Yvonne file her back taxes and get into compliance, but they didn't stop there. They negotiated directly with the IRS to fight for her case.
Effective immediately, the IRS has accepted. All they want in return is $100.
Thank you guys so much. I can't even explain how grateful I am.
We're so happy we got Yvonne the relief she deserved. We've helped thousands of clients find solutions to their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. To find out if you qualify for a tax relief program, call TaxRise today. 888-507-0053. For a free consultation, call 888-507-0053. 888-507-0053.
Results vary, not guaranteed, uncompensated testimonial. TaxRise is not IRS affiliated or a law firm.
If you're watching football this season, you know anything can happen. And on Hard Rock Bet, we mean anything. One fan in South Florida turned a $1 touchdown parlay into a $40,000 payday. Hard Rock Bet has parlays for days. With Flex Parlays, now you can even miss a few picks and still get paid. Parlays for every kind of play. Only on Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. When your first bet or get up to $100 back in bonus bets. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Ooh, should we get an app?
Appetizer? Nah, not for me. Trying to save some money, you know?
You know what you need? The Upside app. Gives you cash back on essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. You could earn up to $10 on every restaurant meal.
Upside? What's the catch?
No catch. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back at places like Popeyes, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, now that's the app I'm getting.
Download the Upside app and get a 10% bonus on your first restaurant purchase. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Carl Black GMC is an official sponsor of the 79th Hula Bowl game at UCF's FBC Mortgage Stadium this Saturday, January 11th. Tickets are available now at hulabowl.com through Ticketmaster and at the gate on game day. Carl Black GMC is an official sponsor of the 2025 Hula Bowl. Carl Black Chevrolet Buick GMC Orlando is located at 11500 East Colonial Drive and online at carlblackorlando.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
What's up, everybody? Adnan Burke here to tell you about a new podcast. It's NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers.
Jason Demers here, and after playing 700 NHL games, I got a lot of dirty laundry to air out.
Each week we'll get together to chat about the sport that we love.
But we're not just going to be talking hockey, folks. We're talking movies, we're talking TV, food, and Adnan's favorite, wrestling. It's all on Le Table.
Listen to NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers and start listening.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Home of the world famous Game of Magnets. This is the
Learn more about the show. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. And in fact, if you go to thenewsjunkie.com/share, you can follow all of us on social media. We'll get into some dispatches here momentarily. And one thing I wanted to talk about was, of all the places in California, whether you care or not, that burned down, there were some that didn't. And the folks who had buildings that survived are coming out and talking and saying, like, hey, it wasn't rocket science that kept us alive. It wasn't something crazy that made our house survive when others didn't. It was 3 simple things. And I'll get into what they did. But, you know, here's, for example, Tom Hanks' house, which is a $28 million
Look at
house.
The moat.
Yeah.
The levels.
They kept everything clear from any adjoining properties. They made sure that they kept cleaning up any sort of debris or brush that was out there.
House.
No, his house survived.
Spared. Okay.
Yeah. Tom Hanks' house was spared in all of this. And his neighbor, not so lucky. His neighbor's house completely gone and burned up. And another one of these places is it's called the Getty Villa, or the Getty Museum. And they're kind of famous for when wildfires
Pictures
happen.
of everything?
Well, yes, Getty, the picture company that is famous for it is. It's the Getty family. And they're famous for surviving wildfires, believe it or not. And they said there's a huge article in the LA Times about how they survived this, but they said it was pretty simple. This article says the fast-moving Palisades fire raced through brush and trees at the iconic Getty Villa by the Pacific Ocean on Tuesday, but the building and its contents did not burn, Fire and Getty officials said. The blaze never got to the collections of rare artifacts and antiquities, according to Catherine E. Fleming, who's president and CEO of the J. Paul Getty Trust. Fortunately, Getty had made extensive efforts to, 1, clear out the brush. So they say every day, many times a day, they would send people out to clear out any sort of brush that could catch fire, that could lead to more fires.
Imagine that. Imagine that it's just that simple.
It's so easy, right? That's one thing. That's one thing. They said they had extensive efforts to keep the area clear with the brush and all of that as part of their fire mitigation efforts. They said some trees and vegetation on the site have burned, but staff at the collection remained safe. Additional fire prevention methods in place included on-site water storage. And what they do, I read more into this, the moment there's a fire anywhere near this place, the Getty Museum, they activate their irrigation system, and they get everything, the trees, the grass, everything around there, they get it all as wet as they possibly can. Again, seems pretty simple as long as you have the water to do this. They clear the area. Number 2, they get everything as wet as they can, get the buildings wet, and they make sure that they're irrigating the area. And then number 3, and I had never thought of this before, they shut everything down because they want to lower the amount of oxygen available for a fire.
Oh.
So they try to shut anything down that would make it so there was more, like they get people out of there. They get people out of there.
Everyone stop breathing now.
They get whatever, all movement is shut down. And they said the airflow is regulated, and they shut down the air conditioning so that the fire doesn't have like paths to follow and stuff.
Weird.
Those 3 fire prevention measures have made it so this place has survived so many of these fires. It's
That's
kind
insane.
of interesting. Yeah, they said the double-walled construction of the galleries also provides significant protection for the collections that they house.
But
So,
how much of this comes along with being as rich as Tom Hanks?
oh boy, if you weren't rich, you wouldn't be able to have the resources to do a lot of this stuff. Getty, they have a whole entire staff. It's like an operation, and they get out there and they prepare for this, and they know exactly what they're doing, even though a lot of places around them end up burning. So those are the simple steps they say help them avoid this kind of outcome. There was a Delta plane in Atlanta, Georgia. This was not that long ago. The plane was cleared for takeoff, and they were going down the tarmac, you know, as you're headed off to go take off. They've been cleared for takeoff, and all of a sudden they hit the brakes, because there was some issue with the engine. And it was one of those things that is both frightening, but it's a unique experience. They all got to evacuate the aircraft. It was captured from another aircraft. And you see all of the slides. All the slides are out on the side of the Delta plane, and everybody is running as fast as they can, sliding down the plane and then running. I'll put this up on See It Now.
Was the engine about to explode?
I don't know, but they're running full speed.
Where was this?
This was in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
I didn't even know there was that many slides on some of these flights. 1, 2, 3, 4. There might be 8 coming off this plane that I'm looking at.
Was this story... was this just was the Delta confirm an incident?
Yes. Yeah, okay. From what I can tell. But look it up. See what we can find about it. But the story I saw said that they were about to take off. They confirmed there was something wrong with the engine. They hit the brakes, and then everybody was evacuated off of the flight. And you see them not only sliding down the slides, but then hauling ass in every direction that they possibly could. And I'll put this up. I'm doing it right now. Delta flight accident up on See It Now over on thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's see what we got here. Your dispatches are flowing in on a lovely, lovely day here, and you are part of this show. So let's hear from you. Here we go. Musical Matt has a dispatch for us.
What's up, News Junkies? Happy Friday. You made it. Proud of you. First full week back. Speaking of full weeks back, I have been dispatching in about my time in the ICU with my brain aneurysm, and I have a couple more doctor's appointments to go, and then I can start work again. I'm really excited to get back to teaching. Happy New Year, everybody, and we'll see what comes.
Wow,
2025.
This is pretty interesting, actually. For those of you who are newer listeners, Musical Matt dispatched us one day and said that he was in the ICU and he'd been listening to the show, and the show had been keeping him going, and his voice has gotten so much more stable and clear since that first dispatch where he told us what was going on with him. Let me see. Oh, this was the original one, just so you can hear the difference in how he was talking.
Happy Tuesday, News Junkies. I'm just checking in from day 12 of the ICU here in Melbourne, Florida.
He sounds so much better than that now. Mm-hmm. So good to hear the improvement, Musical Matt. Now we go over to Concrete Mike with a dispatch. Hello.
Happy Friday, News Junkie crew. Saturday, Sunday, weekend, next week, however you want to call it. I'm just going to go on record and put it out there in the world. I don't care. I'm not ashamed of my game. I'm a horny man, and I have watched porn while driving down the turnpike.
Dude.
Want to know what I was watching? Go ahead and search Katie Kush. That's with a K, K-U-S-H. You're welcome.
I am so confused. I thought at first he was going to go, I don't care about these celebrities' houses. They can all burn down. But he meant, I don't care.
I'm with you, Sean. Firefighters suck.
I don't care. I watched that content while I'm going down the road, and then he talked about some lady named Katie. All right, let's do this instead. Here's
Kush.
Willie Stroker has a dispatch for us.
Yeah, so I had actually seen something about firefighters talking about like gutters being a big cause of random fires jumping from like houses to houses. So like if your gutters are full of like leaves and all that stuff, it's been so dry out there.
That makes sense.
That all it takes is a little ember to land in those gutters, and next thing you know, your house is up in flames and your neighbor's house is not. Definitely fuel for conspiracy theorists, but it is what it is.
I don't think so. I don't know that that's fuel for conspiracy theorists. I think that's just legitimate concern. That's what they're talking about. Clear out all the brush, all the extra stuff that you have, because all it takes is that ember that flies off of the fire to land on something, and then it catches, and then one house goes and the next house goes, and you know how it works from there. Here's Funny Name.
Hey guys, happy day.
Hey.
It might just be the tinge of autism in me, but when you say, do you care about the people? I don't understand what me caring is going to do. It's not going to put out the fire. It's not going to build back their house. Maybe I lack that empathy gene. But whether I care or not isn't going to change the outcome of this. And the potato brain people yelling at Gavin Newsom, and I'm no politician apologist, but yelling at him that, to get aid right this very second.
I want it now.
You can't start rebuilding your house while it's still on fire. Give it a frickin' second, lady. It seems a bit much and a bit dramatic. But it might just be me and my level of autism or whatever you want to call it.
There's two different things here. One would be saying, what is me caring going to do for these people whose houses are burned down? Okay, I can make sense of that. But the other is people who are celebrating, seemingly, the folks who are losing stuff and losing their houses and celebrating because it's Hollywood and rich people or because they have different political opinions or all of those things. I think that just seems like a bad way to go about it. Last one.
The other thing that you've seen people coming after Newsom about the fish.
No, what happened?
With the fish?
Trump truthed out that the reason these wildfires are so bad is because instead of doing things that would protect California, that Newsom wanted to protect an essentially worthless fish called a smelt.
Well, that's hurtful to the smelt, first of all.
It is.
What happened with the smelt? Do we eat smelt?
We do. I have eaten fried smelt before in Philly.
Is it good? Worth protecting?
I mean, I didn't protect the ones that I ate.
They're not much to look at. It kind of looks like a big giant minnow, if I'm honest with you. A smell is just like is a very basic fish, is what I'm looking at here.
But the people that follow President Trump the hardest are just now posting pictures of the fish like, this is why California is burning. And you're like, okay, man.
Everybody's so dumb.
Google something, please.
I can guarantee you there are many reasons why the response to this fire has been bad. But smelt isn't amongst them. That's not the reason why any of this is going down right now. Okay, we are going to take a quick break, and you, as you can tell, can join us on the show. Send us a dispatch of your own. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on yours right now. When we return in jury duty, I want to talk about the woman who was behind that Slender Man attack. And you might remember this story from a while back.
The girls?
The young girls.
Forest?
Yeah. And didn't they did a documentary on this, didn't they?
Yes.
Okay, because I remember there being some sort of movie or something about this.
We both watched like the 2020 or the Dateline, but then they did like a HBO or one of those like really dive in but give you the same information docuseries.
As I recall, Sabrina, tell me if I'm wrong on this, there were two girls that attacked their friend, and one of them was kind of just went along with it,
and the other one dead in the eyes.
The other girl was like a monster.
Psychopath, I believe.
Yes, an absolute psychopath. One of the people involved in this Slender Man attack, we'll go over this if you haven't heard of this.
Please.
One of them is walking free right now. What is the story? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is
Monsters in the Morning.
What is everybody on that this is the look?
What do you mean, like the scrunchies around
like
their legs?
Big old hair scrunchies, mom jeans. It's like just bad.
Man, you don't know what you.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
I'm getting all horny just thinking about it.
Okay.
You're listening to the Monsters in the Morning.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Notre Dame is headed to the national championship game after a thrilling win over Penn State. It wasn't pretty for the Irish. Riley Leonard got banged up. They had injury issues on the O-line and at running back and overcame some bad officiating. But Marcus Freeman showed why he's college football's version of Sean McVay. Big energy, respected, a commanding presence. I'm Colin Cowherd.
The fully electric EQS sedan from Mercedes-Benz is innovation on a magnificent scale. Available with the epic 56-inch touch-sensitive hyperscreen. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at MBUSA.com/EQS.
Folks, let me tell you about an amazing company, Mills Air. Mills Air is one of these AC companies that does things the right way. And honestly, there are very few companies out there who are as honest, friendly, and knowledgeable as you'll find Mills Air. The bottom line is when you have a problem with your air conditioner, or right now it might be a heater in the middle of his cold snap, and you need to trust somebody that they're not going to be lying to you or overcharging you, you can rely on Mills Air. And I put my name behind them because I know Leon Mills runs a company the right way. It's family-owned and operated, locally owned and operated, and they're just all around the best. Their techs are the best, very friendly, knowledgeable people, and they've been in business since 1992. They are a Carrier factory authorized dealer. They can get you huge savings if you're going to get a new Carrier unit. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Here's the phone number, 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
All right, it's January. You know what that means? New Year's resolutions are in full swing. So here's one for you. Clear vision. Seriously, if you're dealing with contacts or glasses, laser vision correction at the Filatowski Eye Institute is a game changer. With over 65,000 procedures, they are the trusted choice for Central Florida. And they have 24-month interest-free financing, so you don't have to wait. You can start seeing clearly and stay on budget. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your free consultation today. Clear vision, clear future. It all starts with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Just text 1041 to 868686 now for your free LASIK consultation.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad. Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you, you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's hear this tiger purr, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 10% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
You said bye-bye to big government. Now it's time to trim the fat from Big Wireless. Pure Talk gives you the exact same service. They use the same cell towers, the same 5G network. You get better customer service. service, and you pay half the price for the exact same thing. Get unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data with mobile hotspot for just $35 a month. Make the switch. You simply dial pound 250, say the keyword save now, save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
Listen to the In Touch Radio Network on iHeartRadio, featuring the biblically based teachings of Dr. Charles Stanley. Just search for the In Touch Ministries channel on the iHeartRadio app or visit intouch.org.
Human trafficking affects millions every year, exploiting people for profit. On January 11th, join the fight by participating in Wear Blue Day. Wear Blue. Post a photo on social media and use hashtag Wear Blue Day to support victims and survivors. Together, we can raise awareness about human trafficking and make a difference in the lives of the people that it affects. Learn more at dhs.gov/blue campaign. That's dhs.gov/blue campaign. Help raise awareness about human trafficking. Wear Blue on January 11th. Celebrate creativity in the classroom with Crayola Creativity Week. Starting January 27th, join celebrities like Matthew McConaughey for hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways. Register for free today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Around the country, and we'll hear from you. We'll get more dispatches in before our show is a wrap today. Thanks for hanging out with us as always. Go subscribe to the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's just get into it. We got a bunch to talk about, so let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO or 800-CALL-MO, the new number. And if you need an attorney after an accident, which you likely do, don't be ashamed of seeking somebody to help you out and battle the insurance companies. The insurance companies
for the insurance companies.
Oh, they will try to screw you over as many ways as they possibly can. And that's why you need a professional. You need somebody like Moses who knows what he's doing. He's going to help you out. 800-CALL-MO or go to justcallmo.com. This is pretty crazy to me, honestly. To see this story after so many years is kind of shocking. And this woman right here, who's now, I believe, 21, is Morgan Geyser. And she's
Is it the crazy one?
This is the crazy one. She's about to be released, even though a judge has said she's, quote, still presents a threat to the public. All right?
That doesn't seem like release material to me.
No, I wouldn't say so. The judge says she still presents a threat to the public, even though she's a small 21-year-old woman. And the judge says this woman is that crazy. If you don't know the story about the Slender Man stabbings, my, oh my, is it something else. Sabrina and I both watched this. I think we watched like a docuseries or a movie or something about it.
Dove right into that bad boy.
And
I did not. I have no idea what Slender Man's about. I know we've talked about it at length.
Uh-huh. I'll tell you in just a second, Celine. If you missed some of this, I'll let you know, because when I saw this headline, I felt the same way Sabrina did. When the story broke, it was very clear that these two girls were monsters. But one was way more psycho than the other one. One of them was way more crazy and was the leader of this attack on their friend.
One was definition sheep gives into peer pressure.
Uh-huh.
And one peer just was really good at the pressuring.
Yes, and this is Morgan Geyser. She is the one who was the leader of this whole thing. Celine, do you even know what Slender Man is? Do we have to start there, or do you know what
Isn't
that
it
is?
like a meme culture kind of thing? It was like an online Was it like a scary story that you would tell people?
But then people would make their own stories, and that turned into an entire internet folklore.
But it was never a real person.
No.
It was creepypasta is what they call it. And it was the story of the Slender Man, a very tall, skinny man. And these girls were obsessed with Slender Man. There was 3 friends, all right? And one of them, Morgan Geyser, the one who is going to be released, she was the leader of this. And she was going to play a game of hide and seek with this young friend of hers. And here's the rundown of the events here. It says the stabbing took place. This is from the Slender Man stabbing wiki very quickly. Took place on May 31st, 2014 during a game of hide and seek in a heavily wooded Davids Park near Waukesha, Wisconsin. The perpetrators, Anissa Wire and Morgan Geyser, pinned down their friend. This is this Peyton Isabella Leutner, and they called her Bella at the time. They stabbed her 19 times in the arms, the legs, the torso with a 5-inch long blade. 2 wounds were to major organs. 1 stab wound missed an artery by less than, Celine, a millimeter.
Whoa.
Within a millimeter.
That had to have been the knife basically just by force pushing the artery over.
I think so. It's that close. Another went through her diaphragm, cutting her liver and stomach.
Survived.
After the attack, Wire and Geyser told her to lie down while they found help. They did not find help. They did not even try to find help for this girl. This Morgan Geyser, and her friend decided to instead go to some store nearby where they found her. The young girl dragged herself to a nearby road where she was found by a cyclist who called 911. That was the original story for this. And now this woman at 21 is being released, even though they say she's a danger to the public, a threat to the public. Here's ABC News talking about her release here.
To the case of a brutal crime committed by 2 girls claiming they wanted to appease a fictional character named Slender Man.
A major decision in the infamous Slender Man case in Wisconsin.
I tackled her and I stabbed her.
After spending nearly half her life in a mental health facility, a judge and panel of doctors have agreed to release Morgan Geyser, who was...
It's so crazy to think she was 12 years old when they did this. She was 12 when this all went down.
And you wonder, though, like, had you not had any influence or read this up on the internet, would they have done an act similar to this down the road?
I think the Morgan girl would have. I think
How is she free?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll tell us more. Let's see what else they say in this report.
The mastermind of a gruesome stabbing that nearly killed one of her best friends.
Why would you hurt your only friend?
It was necessary.
It was necessary.
Morgan and Anissa Weir.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Celine, you do got to watch it, because now I'm just remembering, like, all of that footage of her in the interrogation was just... It was like a robot. It was like she was possessed by something.
Am I going too far in saying she's evil? She came off as evil to me.
It sounds evil. It was necessary?
It's a
yes.
temp evil.
Who says that?
It was necessary. This girl was 12 years old at the time this happened, and now they're releasing her from the psychiatric hospital.
Just 12 when they lured Peyton Leutner into the woods during a sleepover in 2014. The pair attacking Peyton during a game of hide and seek, stabbing her 19 times.
I expected to either get put in prison or an insane asylum. I didn't know what to expect.
The pair said they were trying to appease the fictional character Slender Man, who has appeared in video games and literature, to prevent him from killing their families. Both girls were tried as adults. At trial, Morgan was diagnosed with childhood schizophrenia and was found not guilty by reason of mental defect.
So they both went to psychiatric places. The other girl who participated in this, Anissa Wire, she was released a while ago, and she's on like a monitored release at her parents' house. And now this is the ringleader, Morgan Geyser, who is also being released here.
Huh.
And it seems like, I don't know.
I mean, I hope that there's been some sort of, I don't know, what's the word? Not rehabilitation?
Yeah.
But, yeah, no more internet for you?
I worry when I hear it says she withdrew her first 2 petitions for release, and her second request was denied this past April. This was just in April, this past April. They found she presented a persistent threat to the public, and yet now she's out.
She was sentenced to 40 years in a mental health facility.
Wow.
A decade later, a new push to release her. Prosecutors fighting back.
Most people are not capable of taking a knife and plunging it into someone else. One time, Morgan, as we know, did it 19 times.
But yesterday, a judge ruling Morgan has responded to treatment and medication and is no longer a threat to herself or others.
All right, this judge saying nope, she's responded to the medication and she's out on the streets now. I mean, she was 12, so what are you going to do? Are you going to keep that person behind bars for the rest of their life?
She got 40 years.
Yeah.
But served what?
Served 9. Served 9 of them.
I wish the best. Obviously, I hope that nothing along these lines ever happens again and that she could live something close to a normal life. It's just very interesting.
She's going to need to change her name.
She might. Yeah.
Could you imagine meeting her, then Googling her name? Like, I met this girl at a bar last night.
Sunset John with a good question over on YouTube. He says, did the girl that got stabbed long ago live? Yes, she did. There was like a miracle.
Did she have any say in this?
I don't know if she was. I could imagine that she wouldn't be thrilled, but it's interesting because they did this at 12. So you want to go, she was a kid, a troubled kid, but maybe troubled kids can change. It's a very, very tough one.
I don't know. Maybe after 2 stabs, not 19.
Yeah, that's dark stuff. What do you think? Let us know. Should she have been released from the psychiatric hospital, or was that not enough time for the ringleader of the Slender Man attack? Holy cow. That's one of those stories that'll get you. Okay, we are going to work in maybe one dispatch real quickly here to see what's on your mind. Oh, actually, let's do this. This is more important. This is Matthew emailing tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. He says, I had to evacuate. He says, hi, Sean. Love the show. I grew up in Orlando, but I've lived in Hollywood for about 9 years. On Wednesday night, I had to evacuate Hollywood from the Sunset Runyon Canyon fire. So I wanted to email to give my take on things as a local. Oh, this is important. This is good feedback. Number one, people talking about all the rich people, boo-hoo, who cares? Let me put something in perspective. The housing market here is astronomically inflated. All of your homes, if placed in California, would cost over $1 million. That's absolutely true. By blindly using the price of a house to determine if this is a rich person, he says, it's not really an accurate way to look at things. A normal 3-bed family home in Los Angeles can easily cost a few $1 million. I live in an apartment complex. I am not the rich Hollywood elite, but I'm also being affected and I've lost a week's worth of salary, he says. Number two, most of these people in the Palisades and Altadena, Pasadena have owned these homes since the 60s. There's a 0% chance they can afford to rebuild at current market rates. That's a good point, too. Anybody who is anti-rich, he says, number three, eat the rich, are most likely animal lovers and love the environment. How do you feel about hundreds of thousands of dead coyotes, rabbits, birds, bobcats, cougars, and all the beautiful wildlife?
That's so sad.
And finally, number four, you're going to hear that this was because of climate change. Climate change didn't empty the reservoirs. Climate change didn't fire a large portion of the fire department because of vaccination status. Climate change didn't cause the fire hydrants to be empty. We all knew this wind event was coming. We all knew we have single-digit humidity readings. There was no preparation. Climate change didn't cause Karen Bass to decrease the LAFD budget by $23 million. I know it's a bit long, but I wanted to reach out. Being in LA, I feel like I'm screaming at the radio, and he sends along some photographs of the situation that he's dealing with. I could see the fire from his household here. So thank you very much for the email. You can email the show as well, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Back in just a moment with more from you and also some other celebrity updates that are related to the wildfire. Whether you like these folks or you hate them at the moment, there's news coming in. We'll talk about that. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
The Monsters kick off 2025 with their first big party of the new year, Saturday, January 18th at Tuffy's in Sanford. Presented by Mills Air. Get the details now at realradio.fm/events.
Good afternoon. Traffic is starting to slow down on most of the major roadways, and there's a couple of accidents to keep an eye out for here on Kirkman Road, northbound at Metro West Boulevard. The right lane is blocked. Authorities and emergency crews are working on that accident still on the Greenway northbound before Curry Ford Roads, off to the right shoulder. Just travel with caution this afternoon, and if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed. Oh, mornings. Some people love them.
Okay, you have everything for your math test. And
Mom,
then
you have
Some people hate them.
Everybody get in the car. Go, go, go.
We've all got to do them. Good thing Wawa's up and ready for you every morning. With fresh coffee, hot sizzlies, and fast, friendly service to keep your morning moving right along. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158.
If you're drowning in unresolved tax debt, know this. The IRS can place a lien on your home, garnish your paycheck, and levy your bank account. That's catastrophe for you.
We interrupt this message to bring you some good news about your tax debt. We're TaxRise, experienced tax professionals who can help you seek relief programs and work directly with the IRS on your behalf. Find out if you qualify with a free consultation. 888-775-9088. Eric from South Carolina owed over $74,000. We helped reduce it to $798. Troy, a disabled veteran, owed over $142,000 and settled at $500. We've helped thousands of clients with their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. So take the drama out of your tax debt and rise above your situation with TaxRise. For your free consultation, call 888-775-9088. 888-775-9088.
Results vary, not guaranteed. Client names changed. TaxRise is not IRS affiliated or a law firm.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Right now, Wawa Rewards members can enjoy any size hot coffee for $1, any size iced coffee for $2, and a 16-ounce Monster Energy for just $3. Choose 1, 2, or all 3. Simply open the Wawa app and redeem your bonus offer. Not a member? Download the Wawa app to join Wawa Rewards and start saving today. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Stream on your free iHeartRadio app today.
Real Radio 104.1.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
And it's clear watching CES this year in Vegas, the Consumer Electronics Show, that is, we're just we're screwed.
We doomed? It looks like there's a lot of convenience headed our way if we're super rich.
There's too much dumb stuff, Sabrina. I want cooler things. We had a Roomba with a leg, vacuums with legs.
That is stupid.
Those things are stupid. The one thing that I was interested in, this is the event, everybody, that happens each year in Vegas, and it shows us what cool things we'll be able to buy in like a year or so, where technology is going. And I would expect with all this AI stuff that we were going to be getting some pretty cool things. But it turns out we're not. The one thing that I liked was this mirror, and you stood in front of the mirror, and it told you all about your health and your BMI and your there's lots of details.
Like that, and Celine and I were both extremely sus.
It wasn't real.
It wasn't a concept
even real.
of.
Yeah, it was a concept of a plan, as Trump would say.
Okay.
It wasn't even the real deal. And a lot of the other stuff that I've seen at CES, I go, no, I'm not going to be fooled by this. I don't want this stuff. Number one, I will go out on a limb here. I don't think I ever want a smart refrigerator. I don't care. I don't need my refrigerator to monitor how much sour cream I have.
Okay,
or
but that is your idea of smart. Are there other things that your refrigerator could do that you think maybe would be some sort of benefit to be able to control remotely?
1,000% for me.
I'm all ears. What kind of things could my refrigerator do that it doesn't do now?
I'll tell you the ones that my refrigerator does.
I know you, smart refrigerator.
Yeah,
he's got 3 refrigerators, 4 ice makers. The guy's out of control over there.
But my kitchen refrigerator is Wi-Fi enabled and has certain things that you can do. One of them is it gives you reports on how often you're opening the door and stuff. If you care about that, I never look at them. Never look at them.
I don't care.
But there is a thing like, say Ashley were to text me right now, my wife, and go, hey, thinking of having some friends over. You want to have this guy, this person, or those people over and just have some drinks, maybe some light snacks after work today? I'd be like, cool. I could go in my app and tell my fridge to start making ice faster. There's like a 24-hour cycle where you could go like up the ice production. The quality might lag a little bit, but
there is no use case where that's going to be useful for me. Never going to be like, I need to increase production of ice right now.
Until you run out of ice, Sean. How about that?
I'll go to the 7-Eleven and get a bag of ice or something.
They're out of ice. They're like, sorry, we had a bigger party down the road.
Am I a fuddy-duddy here, or I don't think I
want to look at a damn
this.
mirror that tells you how you're breathing at night. It was just a damn concept. This is more practical.
No,
I love the idea of a fridge having my calendar on it, or the to-do. Or
why?
Why? Because I have pages of it, and then I have to do Post-its or write it in my hand where I could have it right there on my fridge.
No, I know somebody who has one of these things that's kind of like an iPad screen that does your to-do list things. You should do. Theirs is very cool. You would probably really like it. But this is not the answer. You don't need your refrigerator to be able to play games and display stuff.
How about monitoring when my food expires? Because
I do that myself.
Yeah, after taking a swig of milk, that's nasty.
No way. I wouldn't do it. I would go and I would look at what the food is. I'd go, Courtney, is this bad? I bring it over to her sometimes because I'm Dodo. And she goes, that's bad. Don't eat it.
On it.
No, not all this stuff. Sometimes it'll be like lunch meat or cheese, and I won't know what's good and bad. And so I'll ask. But I don't need my refrigerator to have Wi-Fi. Maybe I'm old now. Maybe this is where I draw the line. I don't need my refrigerator to have Wi-Fi. I want cool things. I want cool gadgets. And when I hear at CES, one of the things that they launched to me is the dumbest thing in the world. It's so stupid. I hate it in every way. And Sabrina's the closest thing to a gamer we have on this show.
What up?
We'll have to go to you for this. Celine only plays like old Nintendo games every once in a while, and I play nothing.
I play Wordle. I play Strands.
He had an Xbox at one point.
I still have it.
You feel free to chime in too, but they are showing off AI agents at CES in Las Vegas. And some of them I hate. Say you're playing your video game. The AI agent is there and you go, where's the best place for me to go right now so I can kill the most people? And it'll tell you, strategically, you should go to this location and do this. It'll tell you, I just saw somebody off in the distance. And it seems like cheating to me. That is
kind of cheating.
It's like a hack where the computer is telling you almost like how to play chess. The computer's going, here's your next best move. But it's telling you that for Fortnite or for whatever game that you're playing.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I think that's lame. That's against the idea of gaming being something that could be competitive.
Precisely. And if you find yourself like this is now, because this technology is going to be made available, is up to the creators of the game and those that continue to run the game to look out for that, because it will be very unfair for those who can't afford it or don't know of this technology. They'll never enjoy it and they'll lose a lot of customers. Now, give me the video game that everyone can use an AI agent. And now that becomes a whole nother strategy. Do you have the best AI agent?
I don't even like.
Do you have a double AI agent?
Do you like that? Wouldn't you want to just play?
I don't want it. Yeah.
You just want to play against the other person. If you win, you win.
I personally like the challenge of it. Now, there are some things that I've utilized in the Fortnite world that I believe was catching up with everybody else. There is a feature for the hearing impaired that I have unlocked. Not unlocked, but I clicked.
But you're not hearing impaired.
I am not.
Oh boy!
I mean, I feel like a little bit of my hearing has gone down since starting the show.
Sounds like a little.
But it tells you, it shows
stolen valor.
It indicates like where the noise is coming from.
Okay.
On your screen, which I has become useful in the past.
So you're suggesting that this thing will tell you, hey, there's a player over here. There's somebody who might be trying to kill you over here on the screen. Everybody's going to be cheating in the future. You won't know who's being legit. You won't know who's actually playing.
That'll be up to the makers of the game. If not, I'm not playing that damn game.
But I don't like that. I think AI, using it in video games, it takes away from the point of playing the video game. Again, I'm saying this as a person who doesn't play video games, so maybe my opinion doesn't matter at all here, but it just seems to me to be really lame technology.
There is like places that you get to where you go, all right, we've tried to do it the honest, old-fashioned way, and we're just at a dead end. And it'd be nice to just have, I mean, we Ashley and I were playing a game one time where we had to go, we don't know what the hell's going on here. We have to Google something. We have to, we're never going to get past this. The game was going on way longer than it needed to already. We're just over it. It would be nice to just hit a button and go, all right, what's the next step? Let's go.
Yeah, but then did you really do it? Or did you cheat? I feel like you cheat.
We did. We cheated, yeah. No, we had to cheat.
You just don't have any qualms about cheating.
We have qualms about cheating. Like I said, the whole point was we were trying to do it the honest way, but at some point in the design of this game we were playing, this infuriating game, I forget what it's called, but it was like a 2-player, but you're both working together. We weren't against each other, and we were just like, we're just never going to finish this if we don't Google something right now.
Well, this has long been a thing in the world of video games that people have complained about. I remember when I was a young kid, they had something that was very controversial at the time called Game Shark. And
Game Genie.
And Game Genie, yes. And I wanted these things because you could put your video game on them.
Oh, my God. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It would let you do hacks. Like you could cheat at the games you were playing. And at the time, it'd be like, what are you using, Game Genie? Are you cheating? Are you cheating over there?
Didn't Game Shark have a magazine, too?
I think so, because there were so many games that you could play with this, and you could utilize codes to have infinite ammo or whatever you wanted. Yeah.
Or in the Sims game, you could see them have sex if you move the bed.
Mm-hmm.
I recently...
Anybody?
That's what Courtney did. Yeah.
What up, Court?
I recently watched a video on YouTube about not the behind the scenes, but the making of Game Genie, and how Nintendo sued them, and they countersued, and there was a whole legal battle to make Game Genie, because Nintendo didn't like it. They didn't want it out there. Sega embraced it, and they put their logo on it and everything. They were like, yeah, Game Genie are games, let's go. But Nintendo didn't like it. But the thing that I found the most fascinating was because the products came with little booklets that had all the codes in them. You couldn't Google stuff back then. There was no internet. So you had to flip through a little booklet and find the codes to get unlimited lives, or on Tetris you could just get all straight lines. And they had to play all of those games and find those codes.
Oh my God!
But they got paid for it, no?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was the company. It was the company making the device, but nobody was helping them. They all had to go do that themselves.
But I think this AI thing is way worse than that. This is the ultimate level of cheating. You're just absolutely cheating if you're doing this. And everything at CES is just lame. All this stuff was lame this year. I want more out of you folks. And some of it, I don't need a $60,000 transparent TV. I'm sorry. I don't need that, okay? I got a regular TV.
Mark his words, everybody.
Oh, God.
You'll have it in your house in 2 years.
I don't need RAM for my computer that lights up in red, green, and blue.
You don't need that.
I don't need this stuff. I want cool stuff, for God's sake. All right, what do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. This all came up because I saw some lady's video where she's like, my Samsung smart fridge is making weird noises. And she puts her camera up to it on the TikTok she's making, and there's a whisper coming from her smart fridge. And I go, some of this stuff I don't need to be smart. My lights can be smart. My TV could be a little smart, maybe. Some of those TVs are getting too smart and too annoying. I'll get to that in a second. But some of the stuff I have, I just don't ever need it to be any smarter than it is. A dumb fridge is fine with me. Dumb is fine.
I'm looking for a smart litter box. I'm looking for smart lights that they can all work together. I have a couple lamps that only take tiny light bulbs, and that's from one company because the other company that works just fine in my house does make the tiny light bulbs. And then that one, second one, had to buy a hub. And that doesn't work with Alexa. And now it's just and at some point, someone's spying on me. And I, God forbid, I walk around with my shirt off to go get a sip of expired milk from my unsmart fridge. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's too much. All of this is too much. And I'll give you an example. I said the TV thing, TVs are getting too smart. Check this out. Somebody has an Amazon TV.
Fire TV.
One of these Prime TVs.
So do I.
And they're watching Prime on their Prime TV, and they discovered something, right? So they have the TV muted. Muted the TV.
Okay.
If you mute it during commercials, it automatically unmutes.
No,
that's infuriating.
Not for me.
If you have your television muted and you're watching Amazon Prime, and then it goes to a commercial, it will ignore your command to mute, and it'll put the volume up because you must hear these commercials right now.
Baloney.
I don't want my TV to be that smart. I don't want it to know how to do this stuff. I just want to see some cool things on the screen, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Maybe that's too much to ask. Okay, let's work in one dispatch real quick. Here's Sharkbait asking for some advice from us.
Hey there, junkies. It is Sharkbait. So I have a situation going on within my family, and I kind of want to get your guys' opinion of when do you draw the line at, yes, they're family, but we can't help them anymore.
Ooh, I love when these are not anonymous.
Family member has recently been arrested for child abuse, sexual battery, and is now labeled a pedophile. Would you bring that family member back to your house to help them regroup and restart their life, or would you let them figure it out on their own? Just a random thought out.
That's a real hard one. I'm sorry.
That's a lot to unpack for how little time we have.
Yeah.
Short answer, no.
Would you abandon a family member, or would you? I don't think it has to be an either or on this one. Like, I wouldn't abandon a family member if they got arrested, even for something terrible like that. But I also don't think I would take them in to my house.
I'd be like, how's it going over there miles away from me?
Yeah, like, I still wish you well. We're relatives, and I still might care about you because I know all the things you did that weren't this thing.
I would have the luxury of not having to decide because I have a child at my house, and he can't be.
Right, I live right by a school. They couldn't come to my house at all.
That's nice. To have those
sorry, long distance cousin that I didn't care about
cousin
in the first place. I am bound by the law. Sorry.
All right, quick break. When we come back, we hear from you. Join us here on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. When we return, we've got some things to go over.
Shark bait and cousin jailbait.
Before we wrap it up for the weekend, there's some new technology that you might actually like that is coming out that might help you get rid of porch pirates. We'll discuss that. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Afternoon traffic has started on I-4 heading through the city in the Champions Gate area between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Authorities, emergency crews are clearing up a couple of accidents around the area on Kirkman Road where it meets Metro West Boulevard. There's a disabled vehicle on I-95 northbound near Palm Coast Parkway. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Donald Trump just days away from being president yet again. So if you want to know what's going on in his presidency, you need to download and listen to the Ben Ferguson Podcast every day. We will break down his agenda items, the executive orders. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast now.
If you want to find out about a reverse mortgage, that mortgage guy Don can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. Want to find out how it works? That mortgage guy, Don, will get you some numbers and explain the details. And then you decide if it makes sense for you to proceed. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver, especially for people over 62 on a fixed income. So get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust. You can get a quote right now with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Are you all worked up and working too much? You know what y'all need? Y'all need to chill out. Y'all need to have fun. Y'all need some adventure. Why, y'all need Gatorland. How do we know? Ain't no one got more animals, more gators, or more fun than Gatorland. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less with $17.50 admission now through the end of January. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
Ooh, should we get an app?
Appetizer? Nah, not for me. Trying to save some money, you know?
You know what you need? The Upside app. Gives you cash back on essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. You could earn up to $10 on every restaurant meal.
Upside? What's the catch?
No catch. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back at places like Popeyes, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, now that's the app I'm getting.
Download the Upside app and get a 10% bonus on your first restaurant purchase. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Here's how Tax Rise saved Yvonne over 99% on what she owed the IRS.
I got a letter from the IRS saying that I owe $69,000, and I had no idea what to do. That's when I contacted you guys.
Our tax professionals at Tax Rise jumped into action. They helped Yvonne file her back taxes and get into compliance, but they didn't stop there. They negotiated directly with the IRS to fight for her case.
Effective immediately, the IRS has accepted. All they want in return is $100.
Thank you guys so much. I can't even explain how grateful I am.
We're so happy we got Yvonne the relief she deserved. We've helped thousands of clients find solutions to their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. To find out if you qualify for a tax relief program, call TaxRise today. 888-507-0053. For a free consultation, call 888-507-0053. 888-507-0053.
Results vary, not guaranteed, uncompensated testimonial. TaxRise is not IRS affiliated or a law firm.
This is Ashley Iconetti from the Ben and Ashley I Almost Famous podcast. Did you know that Future Health can help make weight loss resolutions come true? When it's about biology and not willpower, it's not your fault that dieting just doesn't work. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes and for less than $3 a day. 8 out of 10 users say that using Future Health programs is more effective than anything they have ever tried. I have a family member who has tried for years to lose weight, and no matter how much she cuts out the snacking and the bad foods and how much she moves, it just doesn't happen for her. Well, with Future Health, they give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey, and from there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Hey, Jock, let's go to the Scottish Highland Games. Oh, aye, the Central Florida Scottish Highland Games, January 18th and 19th at Central Winds Park in Winter Springs. The Scottish pipe bands, the thunder of Highland athletes, the beauty of Highland dancing, Scottish food, drink, gifts, and the best Celtic music ever. The Central Florida Scottish Highland Games, January 18th through 19th in Winter Springs. FLAScott.com.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors from classic glaze to the Oreo cookie top treats, crafted with quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering is available. Visit Shipley Donuts, now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Hey, Leesburg! This Friday night, get ready for a night full of fun and excitement at Town Square. Join us from 5 to 9 p.m. for live music from Harrison Davis. Experience the vibrant atmosphere of our evening market, a delightful mix of local vendors, unique finds, and delicious treats. Savor a drink, indulge in ice cream, or grab a savory snack from one of our downtown delights as you stroll and explore all that Leesburg has to offer. This Friday, discover Leesburg. For more details, visit leesburgflorida.gov. See you there.
Mecum Auctions, the world's largest collector car auction, returns to Kissimmee, January 7th to the 19th at Osceola Heritage Park. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience with 4,500 vehicles up for auction. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. Bring home your dream car. Register to bid and buy spectator tickets now at Mecum.com.
I love it.
Join the millions already on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
It's so easy to use.
The live radio dial, presets, scan, plus lyrics, podcasts, and your favorite artists' radio.
Just type it in, and there it is.
Now it's even easier to discover what you love.
I love my presets. Adding presets is so much fun.
This looks really nice. Just in time for the new year, the new and improved iHeartRadio app. It's everything you love about your car radio in the palm of your hand.
Very cool update. 5 stars, guys.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Home of the world famous Game of Magnets. This is the
You had going through the most viral stories of the day. Learn more on the website, which is, of course, thenewsjunkie.com. All right, we're now officially off and running in 2025. And
It's real
just for the
now.
record, did either one of you, Sabrina or Celine, did you have, did you sit there and think about, I got some resolutions. I'm going to change things up a little bit for 2025.
So funny you mentioned that because on my to-do list is put down the goals I have for 2025. So
Okay, so
not
one of
there
your
just
goals is to
Make
get the goals. That's fair, all right? You don't want to just be throwing them out all willy-nilly anyway.
I know for sure, like, I want to start working out, like, and use the Peloton that I have had for a little bit now and pay for the subscription. And it's, very much so because of all the back issues that I've been having and the procedure I got done. It's important that I have, build the muscle around.
That's smart, yeah.
So we'll see if that happens.
When it comes to back stuff, personally, the things that I hear over and over and over again are a lot of the surgeries don't do that much. And if you actually do what you're talking about doing and work out, it gives you more relief than so much of the other stuff.
Yeah, it turns out the muscles are, there to help out the discs and everything else that's keeping it together.
Yeah.
Fun
And
fact.
I'm on that same train, certainly, with getting in better shape and trying to work out more. And maybe most importantly, I don't know how I can fix this, but posture is one of those things that I'm trying to work on.
All right.
And I'm
You
just
slouch?
Oh, I'm caveman, man. I'm like bent over at half. It's so
I'm
bad.
using this chair these days.
The little roller one? Yeah.
And that
backless chair.
It's supposed to help you, there's no back, and so I'm supposed to be sitting up straight. But then all of a sudden, I start leaning, and I'm just at the edge of the seat, and there I am, caveman again.
I can't help myself.
We need that zap thing.
Yeah, the thing that zaps you when your back is not straight would help me at least more so than anything else has, because I realize it, and then I straighten myself out, and I get my posture right. And then, within maybe 3 minutes, I'm back over and doubled in half, and it's so bad. So I don't know how I can fix that, but God Almighty is something that I would like to
Just get
make
a rod
priority.
installed in your back or something.
Oh God, what is the thing that they did to you yesterday? They had put a needle in your spine or something.
I got an epidural of steroids, and between C7 and C6 or something.
And when they
like
do that, does it wipe out the pain?
So it helps with the symptoms of my herniated discs. So I don't. It's mostly when I'm sleeping. It's extreme pain, numbness, so severe that I could probably hammer my hand when I wake up in the morning. But this morning I woke up with nothing. So, but the important part is this is just to help you build up the muscle and allow you with your quality of life. If I don't do anything about it, steroids are going to be useless.
Right, and you just keep doing it over and over and over again. Yeah,
vicious, expensive cycle.
True. Yeah. What about you, Celine? Anything for 2025?
I have not been a resolutions person a lot. I mean, do I have things that I are kind of on the horizon? I don't write them down and go, these are my New Year's resolutions. I'm going to get back on the weight loss journey that I was on last year, that I dropped a bunch of weight on, and then I went on vacation and
that'll do
found
it to you. That'll get you every single time. I don't remember where I was. Oh, I think I might have been at Fritz's birthday party, and there was a conversation about some people who have lost a significant amount of weight, and I was sitting there thinking, I cannot participate in this conversation right now.
As a matter of fact, I've done the opposite.
Yeah, I'm going in the wrong direction here. Well, do you have any? That's a big question for us here today. Let us know.
You, besides the posture?
Definitely the weight. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going down a pound at a time. I'm at 206 now. I was started at 208. I got to get back down to 190 probably. 185 or 190 is what I'm trying to get back down to. But I'm working on that big time right now. And less drinking. Cutting down the drinking. Which is, what are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? I'm working on this. I had a day this week where we didn't do any drinking. There was next week there's going to be 2 days. Did you?
Yeah.
How did those days go?
They're fine. A little long, but fine.
You need hobbies for those days. You have to have something to distract you.
What else is to do? Paddleboard? No thanks.
Yeah, it's too cold for all that. All right, let's go over to
Well,
you.
one of them was detoxing from the beach, but so that it almost didn't count, but it counts.
Oh God! All right, let's go over to you. Let's see what you got with your dispatches, because some of you are joining us today, and we want that. You're part of this show. What is a dispatch, you ask? It's something that you record by going to thenewsjunkie.com. You'll see all of the directions. It's obvious. It just says record, and then you record one, and then you join us on the show just like this. Here is Trash Panda talking about CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, and where I said a lot of the things that they debuted this year are stupid. I don't want my vacuum to have a leg. I don't want my refrigerator to be smart. I don't need that. I want actually cool things that you're creating.
We were talking about what my fridge does. One of the things that you can control in the app, and I've never known a fridge to have this before, but there's a Sabbath mode.
Oh,
really?
So as soon as you go to get something that's not kosher, they're like, no.
No, it's it disables the lights, alarms, and dispensers. On Saturday, I think.
Right. Yeah. This is like in Israel, for people who very, very closely follow the Sabbath. They have elevators in buildings that on the Sabbath, since you're not supposed to ride an elevator or do anything that
you're not
resembles
supposed to
work.
hit buttons.
Well, that's the work, right? That's the implied work in that. The elevators just keep going and opening on every floor. So technically you're not hitting the elevator buttons. You're just stepping on and it goes up and you get to where you're going.
That's where that Roomba with the arm would work.
Maybe. Yeah. It could help you out when you're really trying to get the workarounds. Trash Panda talking about CES.
What up, junkies? Happy Friday.
Saturday, Sunday.
Sean, I agree with you. CES this year has been kind of meh. I will say the one cool gadget that I think is going to take off, there's a company that created a spoon that sends electrical signals to your taste buds that control the taste of salt.
What?
So anybody with like high cholesterol or any other major health issues can still enjoy salty taste in their food without actually having to add it and get those adverse health effects.
That is kind of cool.
I've never heard of that. I didn't see that out of all the things I saw at CES. Let me see. CES spoon?
Salt spoon.
Salt spoon? This electric spoon could improve your diet, this says. Wow.
Electric spoon, yeah.
Like a ZZ Top jam bringing us into this.
Price that fitness tech, health tech, that's what everyone's talking about. We're going to start right behind me because believe it or not, that's not the transform of tech that they've been working on for years now.
Okay, here it is.
Long term, but we love salty food, right? This is the electric salt spoon, and how it works is it creates a very mild electric current that goes through from the back here to the front of your mouth here, and it'll actually make your food taste saltier. There are
So you're shocking your tongue
Is
to
that
make
all that it
feel
takes?
like you got more salt?
What if that malfunctions?
That seems like it could be bad.
Death by spoon?
I guess it works, though. They said you use this electric spoon and it kind of does a little shock and you feel like you got some salt in that bite and then you're not using as much salt.
4 different levels that you can choose from depending on your saltiness needs. But the point of this is that you are able to change the way that you're eating, make some small changes day by day without having to make the same compromises that you would for how you like the way things taste.
I would try that. That would be interesting, but I don't know how well it replicates that taste.
It would be so hard for me as a person who cooks a lot to not salt stuff and just rely on the spoon.
Right, and then you can't just buy one spoon.
Right.
Keep washing the same spoon.
And then you got to charge your spoon.
And then bring the spoon to the restaurant. Like, no thanks, I have my own spoon.
I've got my own
awkward.
here.
No thanks.
When you could just responsibly use salt, that's the better way to do this, I would think.
Like, isn't the whole thing with salt is that you're not really supposed to taste salt?
I don't know. Celine would know better about what you're actually supposed to taste in the food itself.
I think what you mean is the salt is supposed to bring out the flavor in what you're salting, as opposed to just having something that where you're like,
it should, it shouldn't be a quest to just be salty. Like that's not what anybody should be looking for. When I was a kid, I had a huge problem with that. Just it would mound salt on top of my plates. And
we have problems with you being salty, too.
Yeah, maybe you should get the spoon.
Here's I'm Not a Hippie talking about video games.
Speaking of video games, if you want to make an impression on the video game market, we should talk to Midway and Capcom. Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter. 30-something years of making these games. They still haven't merged those two yet.
Really?
It might be the biggest game of our generation if they finally merge those two games. Now, that'd impress me.
That would impress him. I agree. That would be pretty damn cool. Last one that we're going to work in for now, and it's Afflicted with the Dispatch.
What's up, News Junkies? I got a funny friend sent me a conspiracy theory and said that he's happy that all the celebrities' houses are burning up because now all of Diddy's evidence is going up in flames with it. So I don't know. Again, that's really wild to me, but I feel like that's a funny one. But you know.
All right. Well, you know,
How did your friend tell it?
Just like that. You just same delivery and everything. We're willing to hear from you because we love you, and every once in a while you get a dud. Afflicted.
Oh.
You can do better. I think you can do better.
It was Afflicted's fault. It was his
Is
funny friend.
His friend dropping the Diddy bomb. We want to hear what you have on your mind today. Maybe you did see something at that Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas that I missed, just like the spoon thing. And you think, no, Sean, you're wrong. This is actually very cool technology. Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. That's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, the New Orleans lawsuits start pouring in. Plus, the crazy stuff people tried to sneak on planes in 2024. We'll find some yacht rock for sink or sail, turn you on to a great cigar for embers only. We'll find out what's good to eat in Orlando with Primetime Kitchen. And for trivia, it's Pick the Porn. Plus, your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Good Friday morning, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and we're off to another chilly start to our day. We do have a frost advisory in place for all of Orange County. That's going to be until 8 a.m. Otherwise, we'll see a pretty decent warm-up throughout the course of this afternoon. Highs much closer to normal with a high of 70 degrees today with plenty of sunshine. Clouds will, though, be on the increase, especially by late this afternoon and evening. That will be ahead of some showers that push through overnight and into early parts of our Saturday morning, bringing temperatures back down into the 60s for highs. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Donald Trump just days away from being president yet again. So if you want to know what's going on in his presidency, you need to download and listen to the Ben Ferguson Podcast every day. We will break down his agenda items, the executive orders. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast now.
Being a great dad doesn't require some fat wallet. I realized a simple stopwatch could make my kid's day better. I turned everything into a speed competition. Just time everything. How fast can they make their bed? How quickly can they fold 10 shirts? The weirder, the better. I once timed who could hug me the longest. They'll be excited if you're excited. Trust me.
Pull out a stopwatch or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
Celebrate creativity in the classroom with Crayola Creativity Week, starting January 27th. Join celebrities like Matthew McConaughey for hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways. Register for free today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call.
For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158. Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
If you're drowning in unresolved tax debt, know this. The IRS can place a lien on your home, garnish your paycheck, and levy your bank account. That's catastrophe for you.
We interrupt this message to bring you some good news about your tax debt. We're TaxRise, experienced tax professionals who can help you seek relief programs and work directly with the IRS on your behalf. Find out if you qualify with a free consultation. 888-775-9088. Eric from South Carolina owed over $74,000. We helped reduce it to $798. Troy, a disabled veteran, owed over $142,000 and settled at $500. We've helped thousands of clients with their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. So take the drama out of your tax debt and rise above your situation with TaxRise. For your free consultation, call 888-775-9088. 888-775-9088.
Results vary, not guaranteed. Client names changed. TaxRise is not IRS affiliated or a law firm.
All right, it's January. You know what that means. New Year's resolutions are in full swing. So here's one for you. Clear vision. Seriously, if you're dealing with contacts or glasses, laser vision correction at the Filatowski Eye Institute is a game changer. With over 65,000 procedures, they are the trusted choice for Central Florida. And they have 24-month interest-free financing, so you don't have to wait. You can start seeing clearly and stay on budget. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your free consultation today. Clear vision, clear future. It all starts with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Just text 1041 to 868686 now for your free LASIK consultation.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Need a change this year? Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change for an always quick but never rushed quality oil change. No appointment needed. Save $15 off your next oil change at VIOC.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They'll get you back on the road in no time.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This is
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Friday and the week. And thanks for hanging out with us all week long. We're back with you on Monday, of course. If you miss any of the show, you can always get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick moment. We'll pull down the curtain for just a moment here, okay?
Pull up.
All right.
Pull down.
On Monday, there's a big iHeart meeting.
Oh, you're telling where the sausage is made.
I'm just going to tell them this it'll become clear. We have a meeting, and when they do these meetings at iHeart, they generally do them when our show starts because it's convenient for everybody else, but inconvenient for us.
Our 20th year, they're going to start saying, maybe we should do it at a different time of day.
Yeah, probably. So we're all going to have to be...
Would you guys rather show up at 6 in the morning?
Absolutely not.
All right. No. Definitely not. Definitely not. But the first hour or so of the show on Monday might be some best of, but don't fret. We will be live on Monday. Okay, so like if you tune in, you go, where are they? What's going on? We don't usually say much about this stuff, but I just want to let you know, on Monday, we are going to be live. We will be doing the show. We just have to get done with our meeting first, and then we'll be joining you, okay? So stream will be up. We'll be doing the show just like always.
Don't freak out.
Don't say, oh, my God, so lazy, couldn't even get, you guys are all taking off again. All that crap.
Courtney will do the first hour.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be great.
I would love that.
And then the Monday after that, Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yeah.
Also super live.
Oh, yeah. Man, we don't usually get Martin Luther King Jr. Day off.
We've gone back and forth over the years so many times.
So we are doing it or not?
Yeah, this year they said I heard is. Okay, so a couple of things here on the way out. Number one, the thing I teased about this porch pirate thing, it's called the Hive that I've seen people talking about online. I've seen a little bit of discussion of people saying this is the next big thing. I don't know if it is.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
Obviously, there's a lot of problems with porch pirates. The Hive, spelled Hyve, is a delivery pod. They said that asks drivers to drop packages in a bin that is secured to your door frame. Even if pirates manage to take the pod, the safe will scream at them until they put it down. It just yells at the people. And
is it also GPS enabled?
I hope so. It says you can give any number of users Bluetooth or Wi-Fi access to the pod so they can retrieve packages. You can have a PIN so people can open it up. It doesn't say GPS. It is $300, and annoyingly, it has a yearly subscrition fee.
Oh, screw you.
No, thanks. There's other ways of going about it. Buy a storage box and put a lock on it.
There's going to be a build-your-own Hive very, very easily. And are any of the delivery services behind this? Because I'll tell you what, if Amazon wants to make their own Hive, guess who's going to be cheaper, easier to use?
Yeah.
This is, I think, sounds to me like an answer to the people who say, no, I'm not letting Amazon open my garage door and put packages inside.
Or a real son of a bitch if you can buy it on Amazon and a porch pirate steals that.
That sucks. That's
Can't
a tough
even start
one.
the process.
All right, let's do the final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Yeah, that's accurate today. That is accurate today. So let's see which one it's going to be. Let me just refresh and get the new ones that are coming in. And we'll play this one. Here is Coop. There it is.
Happy Friday, Saturday, Sunday news junkie. C-Lane, Sabrina, to you too as well.
Thanks.
I just wanted to give a big shout out to you three. You guys got me through a lot of long runs as I'm training to do the half marathon tomorrow here at Disney.
Same.
Oh, cool.
Well, my cousin will be there.
Thanks. Love y'all. Hope y'all had a great holiday and Happy New Year. I know it's a little late, but yeah. Thanks a lot. Love you guys.
My cousin's out there right now doing the Dopey Challenge.
Oh, that's
The
like all
Dopey.
3 or 5
Every
or
marathon, like 3 or 4 in a row or something like that.
Courtney had talked about doing this. She's like, I want to run a 5K or half marathon or
You
something
said that
this year.
too.
Yeah, I do want to do it. I definitely 5K is easy. I think I don't think I have any problem doing that, honestly. But to do a half marathon is much more. And she says not only do you have to pay to do these, they sell out like a year in advance sometimes because there's that much demand for people to do these sort of like Disney related runs. So that's crazy. But I might try to do it at some point.
A 5K, then a 10K. The next day, and then a half marathon, and then on Sunday morning, the full marathon.
Wow, that's impressive. And good luck, Coop. There it is. We appreciate you. All right, let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. And we start off with this. LA's elite vent anger at possible arson and wildfires. So we had some of the celebrities jumping on this bandwagon. We learned earlier Henry Winkler, was yelling about this. And then I think the LA Fire Department was like, whoa, calm down, Winkler. What are you doing over there? California live fires updated. The sheriff says the city looks like an atomic bomb dropped. We have our friend Hollywood Brad, chiming in with more videos, and there's so many of them out there. He says there's a lot of speculation that at least some of the fires are arson. Heard or read anything about that? Only what we heard at the beginning of the show where we talked about the arson that the people's citizens arrested. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Today I Learned for a Friday, January 10th, 2025. Today I Learned this band.
The Cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The Cars. They're one of the very small number of bands that reunited, and the reunited record was their most successful. Most bands completely fail at that, but the Cars were successful, and here they are on the way out. We will see you again, I'm telling you, on Monday. We'll be here live at some point on Monday, same time, same place. Miss any of the show? Get the podcast over